with them, so it completely reset our ult economy. It was so bad.
It was last fight.
gosh.
We would have won it too.
Yeah, we would have won. It was
We
so
had,
sad.
3 ults going into it. It's tragic.
That's unlucky ducky.
Alright, so you're cool with me recording this, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Jesus Christ, when did this start? Holy. Oh, there we go. Oh.
Starts when I wanted it to start.
Alright, let's see. So we got... Hold on a sec. I need to change my Discord thing here. Hello?
Holy
Hello?
fuck,
Okay,
your
good.
screen is so organized. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
Your icons are all organized perfectly. It's
What,
gorgeous.
this? Oh, actually, it is kind of nice. Oh, I just realized that, yeah.
Holy
Anyway. Anyway, getting sidetracked here. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, so we called to rotate coast because we saw the double snipers.
That's a good call. I like that. Either that, or you go through all the way like bottom left, and you can come through this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just kind of go in and around. There's probably just sneak all the way around because they do have Lucio speed. But like you can kind of catch up to their snipers a little bit easy. You guys have dive, right? The only thing that's gonna be a big, like a nuisance is ball.
In hindsight, we
Um,
didn't know that.
But no, I think Winston Diavers isn't too bad. The only problem is like obviously you don't want to go main, and you guys made the smart choice of not doing that. So anyway, yeah. Versus this comp, I feel like Sombra just needs to like, oh man, what the a hack on the ball is always good, but her usually going backline is usually really good too. So let's see, kind of chilling, waiting. A little high on the jump, I would say. Like you gotta be careful doing that because like that's just like a free Widow headshot.
Right.
Could maybe let's take it, let's back it up just a hair. So instead of maybe going like that, instead of like jumping right up, the only downside to this right here is like for Winston, like it's always bad to getting like small enclosures with Winston because like you can't utilize your jump pack, right? Like if you try jumping over like this way, like you can maybe get to like maybe where that roadhog is, but you obviously don't want to jump near the hog. So you kind of have to, you're forced to do that jump, or you have to like speed in around like this way a little bit and then jump up. But you gotta be making sure you have some DM at that, or you can come around this way and you kind of eat a couple shots when you do this, and then you kind of LOS the Widow right there, and then you can go for like a jump over.
Okay.
But versus this, I feel like the best thing to do is probably just grab point, kind of just bully people off the point. So like getting this corner right here is really good because the snipers can't really do anything unless they drop down. So let's see how things go. There we do the jump, get shot, about a little bubble there. Team's pretty secluded back. They're kind of chilling. Oh, your Sombra's bad.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm bad.
Oh my god, the hog's on solo. Let me just watch that back again. So in terms of dive, like one thing I don't like immediately is like the Sombra just coming like right out. I think the Sombra should just stay invis and then come around over here. Like so as like tanks, like usually the job of tanks is like to peel a little bit, make space, and there's like certain key aspects that need to like be placed in there, right? Like it's kind of like chess. You gotta make sure everything's in place, and like the Sombra like being all the way out here is kind of bad. Because like she needs to kind of give you the time to like move up and position yourself. Because if she's all the way over here and look for a hack on the Roadhog, this guy should just die then, right? And then just makes you guys can jump up, leap in, move up, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But you can't do that because like he's just back there. And then the Genji's okay right there, I would say. It's just very hard for you. I think around for this instance, like making sure you have like DM and just like walking forward with DM to make space here. Because Monkey Bubble is like very crucial in terms of like giving yourself space and making it so you can hold ground, right? So if I put a bubble like right here, that kind of like solidifies where you're at, and it makes it show like if the Roadhog wants to go through in or out, like he can't get healed, or he'll like you can't get healed, naded, slept, you can't get slept, all that. So like using like DM to go out this way for everybody, I think wouldn't be too bad of an idea, just to give everybody a fighting chance to get out. And then your Ana and Lucio could probably play back. Maybe like Lucio speeds you guys, and then you guys just push up. But
yeah, and then Ana can just play corridor.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of that, like Tatum, like you kind of chase the ball there for that second. Like, I don't think you really need to do that. It's not bad. Like, if he's on your backline and being a nuisance, like that's like important kind of. But other than that, I think it's kind of meh. Oh, actually, no, maybe not. You focus around that way. My bad.
Yeah, I got booped by
So you have to use fly though, but. Someone think you guys are kind of scared of the Roadhog?
Right. I should have jumped out rather than jumping in there.
Yeah, sometimes it's really like I have the problem sometimes too. It's just like, oh man, you want to get the little extra burst damage, which isn't bad. But against like certain comps like that, it's like, eh.
Yeah, it's not really worth.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to just sit there and get your tase damage in, use your bubble, and then like play this corner right here. Because if the Roadhog wants to shoot you, remember he has to come all the way around that corner. Remember we talked about sightlines. I know I've talked about it on stream before.
Yeah.
Just like sightlines, right? Because he has to walk all the way around here to shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. You guys probably shouldn't go down main again.
No, but
Do
we
you know what I
make a
mean?
bad decision. Yes.
Okay, so immediately look at that. See what I mean? Right there. Like the only way you're gonna get out is make sure you're asking for DM from Tayton. Is usually the best
Yeah.
idea. Is like if you're gonna go for that, like anytime you should be peeking out. If you notice like high tier games and stuff, anytime people are going out, usually Diva is one of the last people behind, just so she can give people full DM or like really close to the Winston to give the Winston enough time to DM because you never want to bubble early with Winston. It's such a bad thing because as soon as you drop your bubble, you're like, well, what do I do, right? Like I can't go in because if I go in, then I'm just a monkey without a bubble. So yeah, so you're really low now. You have to force to go back, get healed. Yeah, you're kind of just sitting there like I don't know what to do. You get nanoed. Jump on the Widow, that's good. Make space. Get her out, that's good. I like the big tase damage. Wow, you killed the hog by accident. It's not too bad. Your team's kind of playing a little passive, but alright, let's switch to Tayton. Alright, interesting bomb arena. I think your mech was kind of low. Watch out for the... Oh, nice DM there. Saved your Hanzo. Let's go back to clone here. Nice little dive back over there. Product's kind of wasting all. Turn your butt so you don't get shot in the by the Widow. Nice. So it wasn't too bad. That fight was really sloppy in my opinion in the beginning. Like, I'm surprised you didn't die and like how everything. Your planes like barely managed to make it out with the nano and stuff.
The nano, yeah.
That just comes like that comes later on, just like better shot calling and stuff, like figuring out like, hey, this is bad against that. Like we shouldn't go this way, that way. You know, what ults are we close to? Stuff like that. Because did you guys talk about the nano before you walked out?
Yeah. We had mentioned that like we were getting close to nano, so my plan was to try and take some poke damage first so that we could get it. And then I was calling for nano monkey, but then pig started whole hog.
Okay. Yeah, I think doing that's okay, but I think just coming around like this way obviously would probably be like the better play, or down over there again. Usually over there I'll say that is kind of dangerous, especially when they had the ball and the Lucio, just in case like if you have a good Lucio or something, like fucking like Frogger comes flying in at like Mach 10 and like boops everybody off, then that's a pretty bad day. As you go higher up, you will get some of those Lucios and you need to be extremely careful about ledges and stuff. So that's why you probably see a lot of teams normally either go one main or two over here on the left because it's just usually a safer option.
Yeah.
Even though going over on this right side isn't bad, it just depends on what comp they're running.
When we were reviewing this on our own, we realized.
So let's see.
So and then there I fed a little bit so that we could get nano, so that we
yeah, that's not that bad. I just think the way it went, like you could have done the same thing without eating so much damage because there's a chance sometimes you just die, and if you die, then well, there goes the push. I will say to this though. What did you bubble? I think keeping the high ground is really good. Like anytime you can just keep space, especially against snipers, like you don't want them having any space. So the bubble's fine here. You can just chill up here.
Yeah, but then I realized like, oh, okay. We almost have nanos, so let's take some damage.
I mean, that's fine. I think getting nano is alright, but I mean, nano builds pretty fast. But I mean, you're just like giving them free space. And if you're sitting up here, let's say you chill here, and you just chill. And I mean, if they get on you, like, you know, you have a primal, you have your bubble coming off cooldown pretty soon. I think just staying up here is perfectly fine. Because what's going to happen is that either one, they might notice you and they're going to be a bit more wary to poke out. Or two, you get a free, you don't even get to, you need to jump. You just drop down, just boom. You're already zapping them and making space for your other players to start moving up.
Okay.
You can also, like, you know, normal hiding spots or just like chill spots for Winston, I would say, is like right here. Like lower part or like right up in here, and then sometimes if you want to, you can play it right up in this area. It's a pretty decent spot. So like when people are coming down, you don't always need to jump. You can just drop down. That's the bonus of those spots is that like you just immediately are there without wasting your cooldown for jump, which is really important because it gives you the option to go, oh hey, I can just jump out or I can burst somebody. But normally, most of the time, you should be trying to jump out. But all right, so Tane's coming back. You guys are playing really safe. Kind of just stare at the Hanzo and just get shot. Kind of an early bubble because you kind of got shot by the Hanzo and you're like, oh no, what am I gonna do? Yeah, this is some sloppy level of play here. So, what I'm seeing right now is that you're not really sure about like just like holding those positions up there, and then the fact you guys just kind of like let them walk in, like yeah, Tane's coming back, but like he'll be here in time. Like you guys just giving him so much space. Oh hi, baby kitty, go, come on, get up there. So yeah, you get a shot. He just gets hooked. Like guys just chilling. Like you still have time to like do something. I mean, you have a nano. You probably saving the nano for nano blade, I assume.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have Monkey Ult. Like Monkey Ult's pretty good at stalling for time for people to get there and where they need. Oh, baby kitty, go, no, go. Oh God, cat. I actually, I'll be right back. I use the bathroom.
You're fine. I guess that makes sense. I didn't expect for the Genji to get picked right next to me.
Yeah. It looks like you almost tried to bubble him too.
Yeah, I did.
Which would have been big if it worked, but
I tried.
unlucky.
I failed.
All right, hello, I'm back. You guys here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Is this stuff making sense a little bit, or do you need me to explain anything more? Or
No, it makes sense.
It's making sense.
okay.
I think like our
yeah.
issue is just like we don't have rotation plans. Like a lot of times when you've been scrimming for a long time, you have like preset plans that you go with, and we literally have one that's just on Hollywood defense. You know, like we're super into it, so.
True. That's fine. I mean, you guys
So,
look like you.
It's good to hear like how you would approach the situation because like it's stuff
Yeah.
that we need to just put the time into and break down.
Yeah. That's all it takes is just time and patience, and then like learning how to play it. Maybe just like a little better, like what's good and bad here. You know, it just takes time, and it's like, oh, hey, this is a bad scenario. This is a good scenario. Like, oh, maybe I can make this a better scenario. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know. And I'm not speaking gibberish. All right. So yes, you die here.
I
Who
could have used
first?
Primal.
Yeah.
And then
the
EMP.
Yeah.
Which
Same
is
thing again. I think your guys are Sombra. I think you guys need to talk about things like that. Like, because if you guys like holding up here and they're like they come through a choke here, or like let's say like Tatan's like playing over by the bush here, or like right in this area, you're up there. Your Genji's like maybe up there over here playing with you guys and like kind of holding the ground, and then Sombra's just like chilling in there, and there's like boom, they walk out, you EMP them, they die.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously careful of beat and whatnot, but
I mean, the only benefit of him flubbing the beat there is that we have a free nano blade.
yeah, it's true. Definitely have that because they're not close to a grab at all because they just got it.
And then our Ana kind of staggered themselves. But they didn't die.
Yeah, I would say it's fine. He didn't die. That's
It
good.
was a miracle.
All right, same thing again. Just walking up, eating damage. Do not want to be doing that. Anytime you can, if you can, like either jump over here to not eat damage or just go away that isn't. It's good. Just LOSing snipers constantly is always the best option. especially
Right.
Widowmaker, because just direct damage. It's not fun.
Right. I mean,
200
that's
HP.
why I turned my butt to her.
Yeah, even turning your butt is good, but it's like you're still getting a lot of damage. You're a big guy, like sucks. That's why it's always important to make sure when you're walking out somewhere, just to be mindful of LOS. Like, do they have a Widow Hanzo or Widow Ash? You're like, well, I need to play a wall. All right, he dies. Didn't prop primal there. I can understand, jumping up, you want to maybe hit the damage, stuff like that. I've done it before. But in that case, I think just doing it, I think would be the best option. Let's see what Tayton was up to in this time period. You try to go up with him and he died. Feels bad. Hey, you guys, it just looks really uncoordinated right now is the biggest thing, which you guys said this is a new team, so it makes sense. All right, trying to DM them. No. Oh, poor guy.
Sedge.
Okay. I kind of flying in there was kind of an oofers there. Not gonna lie. The DM was okay-ish. It was kind of... flicking DM isn't too bad, but I think sometimes isn't it better to hold it? I don't know. Oh, it looks like you come back with Primal. Oh, you knocked the Zarya off. Very nice. That's big. Alright. Right here, you don't need to focus the Hog. I think getting on the Anno, the Lucio is going to be way better. Like, Roadhog has like 600 HP and eats you for breakfast. Using your bubble is pretty good against them, and it's like, helping your team. But I think just like getting on the Anna, making her distracted, not healing the Lucio, probably going to have to... She's probably going to start healing the Hog here in a second, right? Yeah, he just vapes. So, like, your bubble's not going to get much value there, and you could have been zapping them the whole time. Oh. Okay. I'll take it. So this is good, get your position, zap them out.
And then I think I
You drop down
here.
again? I say I like chilling up here is always good. Oh, no.
No, I dropped down again.
Alright. Oh, that Zarya's by herself. Playing right here is fine. See, right here is good. It's not a bad little bubble, kind of pressure them out. Like, always holding these corners and stuff like that, it's always good. Oh, we got a bomb coming in. Oh, kind of a little bit of an oofer dive there, but jump, but I don't know the bomb went. Usually for bombs, by the way, like if anybody can call it, like if they have Lucio, like obviously they're gonna always be a little faster. But if they use speed boost anytime and then it's done, like that's usually a good thing. If people can talk about that,
they had used
just make things a little easier
corner to get into that situation, so I tried to bomb them to force them in or out and split.
Yeah,
and like
I like that. That wasn't too bad. I think that was good.
That was at least.
So I like normally like sometimes like you'll hear me like calling like abilities and stuff because sometimes it's like really handy if like you have a teammate that's like, oh hey, this guy doesn't have that. Oh, that's good.
Right.
All right, so holding here is good. I like this. Let's see if you go for a squishy target here. There he goes, a delicious Hanzo. Or like to see him bubble like a little bit sooner just to make sure you block those
Bubble
heals.
sooner?
But
Okay.
Yeah.
Sedge.
not too bad. Obviously, just gonna sleep you. Like not much to do there. Get on the Widow. All right, good not using your bubble so far because you don't really need to. Ooh, waking up the soldier. Oh, keeping him off. Ooh, nice little juggle there. Oh, nice. I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
Their soldier was mad.
I would be. So overall, not too bad. Just like a little like uncertainty on things and just like trouble diving or just like going into LOS that you probably shouldn't.
Okay.
And then maybe could work on the jumps just a little bit.
Right.
I've talked about it. You've heard me talk about it on the stream about like, good little jump practice, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I hope.
I think I remember you mentioning that you just had to like sit in a room and you were just doing jump practices for a long time.
Yeah, like Wizard Young gave me that shit like forever ago.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. And it was actually pretty crazy how fast. I was like, what the heck, dude? I was like, you can actually like get a little better at this. Okay, dude. But yeah, just you go into like a area, like you can just play shit. Go to the different control points, just jump around like it for like 10 minutes or so. Like if it's like King's Row or something, jump around like first point for like 5 minutes, second point for 5 minutes, third point 5 minutes, like that, easy peasy.
And you just jump from spot to spot.
Yeah,
like
just jump
how
around,
you
just
make it.
Yeah, just that, just like finding out your own stuff. Like I figured out small things, right? I've shown you guys some of the sneaky things I found. Like just figuring out the map and stuff too is really handy. So let's see, you're playing against. They have Sombra, you have Ashe. So let's see. It's kind of weird because like you want to dive to make space, but also you don't want to go too far because you want your Ash Mercy to poke him quite a bit.
And you can see, aha, here comes the hook.
Oh, there goes the Anna. Question mark, where's the DM though?
Too far back.
The DM should
Too
have
far back?
eaten it, I think.
Should have?
Far
Alright, let's take a
far
peek.
back.
Oh, welcome up. That's kind of weird. It does kind of look like it eats it. Wait, why is it? DM always confuses me. Like sometimes it eats and then sometimes it doesn't. I'm like, bro, make up your mind.
Its
Yeah.
range is like shorter than its visual because of latency.
Yeah.
If only DM could eat the hook. Oh, and then I thought that the bubble would save him too.
Yeah, bubble is hard because like you have to hit like literally like the cusp of it, and you have to be farther back. If you
Yeah.
maybe like bubbled like, could you have maybe saved it? That's hard to say.
At the start of your journey. But that's just to predict at that point.
Yeah, to get that stuff is really fucking hard. Like you can do some of that stuff like splitting grabs and stuff. Like if they have like trans and they grab, and you can monkey bubble some of it, or like be like
Right.
it can work, but it's just very hard to do.
No, I expect only the best from myself.
So right now it just looks like you just like kind of went and just died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Having Erna die obviously in the beginning is pretty fucking bad, and I think in that aspect, I think the best thing to do there would have been to like maybe like go up to here and like grab the space, and then just kind of like your Ash kind of poke and like let her hit a dynamite, and then you kind of like just move in because you guys don't have speed, so you have to take out like things a little bit slower.
Right.
There is a way to. You can jump through this window here. I'm pretty sure as a Winston. It's a little dangerous,
Oh.
but yeah, you can jump through that.
I've never thought about that.
Can you like
Oh,
hit your
really?
head and land up there?
I think you might be able to. I'm trying to remember because I haven't done it in a long time because it's like usually kind of like a weird option. Because I think you can go through it. I'm pretty sure. It's kind of weird because you can like jump through and just like woo. But you might hit your head on it too. It's been a while since I've done that jump, but so you guys are really wanting to. For the comp you're running, I don't know.
It feels
It's kinda
like
weird.
One of our issues is that we take really long dives, and I don't think that's like the best option. Like I feel like we don't close space well enough.
Yeah. Well, obviously, not having Lucio is going to be a little bit troublesome because you guys can't get to them as fast,
Right.
and they can outspeed you.
Yeah.
And then you kind of have this like weird issue where it's like Ash Mercy isn't bad, but like you guys should probably, in my opinion, just going to point. I think and trying to fight on point. Just because you have Ash Mercy, you have like ranged. That should be like kind of like Monkey or Diva just gets on point, kind of distracts. But like I said again, it's kind of a weird comp because you have like like the far range and then like the divers. Well, they have like a weird comp themselves with like the Roadhog, Zarya, and then they have like the dive kind of like they can go in backline. All right, nice pop in the primal. Oh, good kill. Oh, I got missing sleep dart. He's bad. Oh, missing a pond. Could have maybe killed the Anna there, but I understand for coming back.
I just get cooked.
Roadhog ult's annoying. Oh.
And then I get
Like 1
cooked.
HP.
Sedge.
I do think this map for Winston is a little weird. I think Ball's a little better, but
I'm not a great ball.
yeah, I can feel that. Ball is such a weird character.
I have to go.
And I've gotten. Oh, what's that?
We get into a stall situation, and I have to play him, and I mess up so badly.
Yeah. All right. Nice trying to eat there. Yeah, where's my healer, dude? What the heck? Big bomb. Making good space there. Look at that bubble there. That's good bubble. Just because it blocks a good chunk of healing coming in. It could be a little farther up the stairs, but still really good.
Just fucking won again! Every single time, she's fucking won!
It's annoying. Man. Actually, I'm gonna hide chat just to make sure nobody fucking bothers me. So, and also on this, in terms of like holding up, you can kind of hold up. It's just like a little bit more difficult because you have to like Sombra to watch out for, and like the Tracer's
Yeah.
kind of pestering you. So, I think against this one, it's like you can kind of hold up, just give them a little space, but then like jump back. Well, it's like the double sniper. It's like usually really, really good to like try to keep as much ground as you can because you don't want the snipers getting any space.
Yeah, yeah.
Just kind of debating. Were you waiting for like a sleep there, or just like?
Yeah, I was waiting to see if somebody could dive with me.
Okay, I see.
But then I realized, oh, nobody is here.
Yeah. Okay, guy gets nanoed.
And there's nothing I can really do.
Ah!
And then I fuck it.
Oh, that's all we're fucked up or hack. I think you're trying to keep him off the map. Or off that point.
Yeah.
Let me look at this again.
My primals aren't very good.
It's okay. It just takes time and practice. Same thing with anything.
Yeah.
See, right here is kind of weird. I think you don't even have to jump there in all honesty. You could literally you could have just like walked up and just bapped there. Like you do, funny enough, when you Winston Primal, you actually have increased movement speed. Like if you ever notice like Tracer and Genji move the fastest out of the cast, and if you Primal, you actually move just a bit fast. You move at the same speed they do. It's random, but you do. So yeah, if you hadn't jumped there, I think you would have been fine. I think the Primal and the Sombra's not too bad. Sucks to chacks you, but so now they just
No, it's just
shoot
like
you anytime. Yeah. Ooh.
A stall.
Okay, works. I would probably walked up to the Ana, I think, and then jumped because if I saw her at 1 HP like you did, then that's like free low. All right, nice. Try to kill that Lucio if you can.
I tried.
Yeah, Lucio's are just pain in the butt, but I mean you're getting booped and bopped everywhere.
Yeah, that was the most frustrating part.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
I think you're just gonna switch, yeah.
Yep.
I probably would just if you were just gonna go back and just like feed all charge, I probably would just ran back to spawn because ball can just go back to spawn really fast. So like feeding like 300-400 all charge just to make sure. It's not just something to think about.
Yeah, I didn't have any cooldowns, so I figured the fastest way out would be just die on point.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And not a bad little bubble trying to stomp that. Oh, be careful to hack there. Yeah. Okay, not bad. Oh. Ooh. Could have dodged that actually. Oh, when you jumped into that. Yeah, when you can see a stick bomb like that, like it's really hard to tell sometimes. Mikey and I picked it up that I was inside the bubble, so I was like, oh, I'll just walk outside of it. So you just gotta like keep your eyes open for that when like a stick bomb happens, or like when Tracer's building bomb really fast. Like right there, like if you would have just walked outside the bubble, you would have been fine. And then that jump obviously hurts a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, because you have to be careful of mines because they boop you around. So like your jump might be going one way, and then you get bop, 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 bop into like 5 mines, and then you're dead. Also, mines have like a pretty large radius, and you can just like eat a mine sometimes when you don't think you will.
Yeah.
So overall, not too bad. Like, I mean, you definitely have those.
The point because of a C9.
Oh, really? Oh, that's probably why I don't see it do it.
The Charlie Diner.
So the big thing is just like trying to figure out what you want to do. I think also sometimes too is like don't be afraid if you think like another tank might work too. I think playing Winston D.Va there is all right. I think playing ball into that wouldn't have been too bad. You have to be careful with Sombra quite a bit.
What do you think
about Sig Hog?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
What do you say?
Sig Hog.
Sig Hog? I think Sig Hog isn't too bad. I feel like I'll admit like this is more like recent stuff, and I don't remember playing that ever. But I can see the value in it. Like you get the hog hook, like you get that maybe pick, or just like you can kind of flank on your own. Sigma provides like decent protection, kind of like D.Va does, but a little bit farther range. In terms of like and he has a CC and his ult is super strong. Roadhog isn't too bad, but that was good like a Winston Primal or something. But I think it depends comps too. Like I think like Roadhog Sigma on that map isn't too bad. Like Roadhog can like walk up the point and like anybody that tries to contest him has like to deal with either his shotgun and then like has to deal with maybe him getting a hook on somebody. But if they were playing Hog Zarya, so like arguably it wouldn't be too bad. Would Hog D.Va? Man, I don't know. Hug Diva is kind of interesting too, but.
I mean, our
Do you guys
main
have
thing
any-
there was we were trying to run like a spam type comp with the Tracer and the whatever, the Ash. We're
Right,
trying
yeah.
to spam them down.
It's not too bad. It's just got different kind of like making space of just being like, oh hey, push up here, but like don't push too far. Like, oh hey, give up ground, let them come in, get the poke damage.
Mm-hmm.
What other maps did you guys want me to see? I see all the maps you posted, Tayton, but is there any like in specific you want me to really look at, or
Yeah, let's do Hollywood next.
Hollywood? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
We had a strategy for this one.
Mhm.
One of the people that's been helping us, his name is Orthus, and he helped us build like a Rhine Zarya, Reaper, Sombra, and then Ana Lucio comp, and we designed like a defense for it. But when we went to attack, we decided to use like 6-man dive. So we've already have plans to review this attack with him because he designed this comp. So like if
Right.
you want to go over it, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I'll go over it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he comes at it from. I mean, Orthus is actually our Sombra. He was subbing for us.
Mhm.
Right.
Gotcha. So you guys want me to look at this defense at all, or is it more just the attack you really want me to tackle
Yeah,
in?
well, we definitely need help with the attack. If you want to look at the defense, I mean, we'll appreciate what we can get because like his perspective is always going to be DPS oriented, and like
Right.
we could use the tank help for sure.
Yeah, he's also playing at a GM level.
Right.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's 4.3 DPS.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, your Ana died. No, you got no heals. Usually, I don't mind Ana here. I know a lot of people like to do, like, if you're going to do a comp like this, usually, like, people do, like, Moira or something, just, like, a little bit more survivability and just, like, dive in. But it's really good against, like, Hog if you just anti and stuff like that.
Kame's
Right.
learning Moira, so if they don't have a diva, we're just gonna force Ana,
Right. Hey, maybe you want to play Moira? I think Moira's easy as pie, dude. You just spray people a little bit.
He's
Wait, like,
playing in season 5. He just came back.
oh, did he? My tips for Moria is like before you even engage a fight, just like giving
throw
people
that
some
orb.
heals. Oh no, just give some people a little bit heals, and then you get into the fight, then you just heal orb, and then you just spray people, and then like maybe once in a while look for a flank behind something.
And I was trying
I
to set up
think
the
right
kill
here,
on
by the way, I
Widow
think just like
there.
waiting a second or two more, I think for heals would have been better. What you say though?
Yeah, I was trying to set up the kill on the Widow because I saw the sleep come through.
Yeah, just because you get a sleep dart, just keep in mind like you don't need to always like, oh hey, we need to do it. Like I mean, you guys are still technically missing a healer. I think I think he just came back. Oh, he went from the high. Okay, he's on the high ground. So it's a good sleep dart, but just like be careful because sometimes like going for that pick will just get you guys like killed because it's like, oh man, we got a sleep dart, we can kill them, and then you guys like all rush in, and then you just like, worry to the winds, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, Orthus was saying we really don't want to pass like the car because that's kind of like a kill zone.
Yeah. Oh, big slam.
And luckily, we followed up on it, but then we overcommitted.
Yeah, I will say before you died though. Hold on.
I thought I was gonna catch the Hog.
If you would have charged a little bit closer, that would have been fine. I think right there, I think swinging once and then immediately. Wait, what's that?
I think the Zarya bubble messes up that charge too.
Yeah, it kind of does a little bit, but I think the charge isn't that bad. I think just like, I think you immediately bubbled him and it just like imploded. Just always keep in your mind when you get discorded, like usually discord, like you want to just like swing like once, maybe twice, but like in a close spot like that, I think you swing twice and then just like eat it. You get bubbled and then I think it was kind of hard to say, but just keep that in mind though. Like discord is very hurtful for Reinhardt because you're a big dude that just stands in front of everybody and then just gets blasted on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we staggered it, so we lost.
Yeah. Reaper killing people. Nice. You probably just give them space, I would say. Wait, your Mercy, your Sombra.
Yeah, that was a miscommunication. The Sombra would.
You said he was a 4.3K player, was it?
I knew that was coming. I knew that was
coming. Well, and then there's Min Min, and Min Min is just fucking cracked.
Wait,
Min Min hits like everything. The Widow.
Yeah, he seems to be pomping. Yeah, Widow's a fun character. So what was supposed to happen there? Was supposed to be like an EMP and then like a Death Blossom on top of it or something?
He
I-
was calling it, and we were calling backup, but we just called backup when he had already translocated, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, that's weird. That's really
So he
weird
didn't.
fight.
Yeah, he didn't hear it. He wasn't ready.
Exactly like a 4.3k player.
Huh?
Hi, Shy.
Hi, Shy.
Comment.
They say hi.
Hi.
Alright, so
And
right
at this
here
point,
already.
I'm like, time to die.
Yeah, I think you pushed up a little too close there. So let's see, where were you? So you're here. So as soon as my shield gets blown a half, I'm already thinking, all right, I need to back off. Like, you can't take a close fight here. So the bubble here, like right here, when you walk up, you shouldn't be walking up. You should be backing up still. You're still down 2 players. So yeah, your shield just dies. You're discorded, and goodbye, sir.
Death.
So if you would have backed up sooner, you could have gone behind the cover there,
Oh, I
waited
could have gotten
beat, and then
beat.
pushed up. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
So like, just because like you're the big character and you have a shield, yeah, it's cool and all, and you can like hold this corner. But there's also times too that you need to like push back. Remember, I've talked about it before where I've talked about like how much shield can get you where you want to go, and if you're below 1,000, depending on what they have, if they have like 2-3 people up, that's okay. But if they have like a full 6-man group, especially with Zenyatta, that's a lot of damage onto your shield.
Yeah. Fuck. True.
I think there's a lot of ults there though. Yeah, they use like every ult.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And so then our next plan on defense was to like reconvene and hold the high ground. But I mean, obviously we weren't able to do that, and I didn't realize that our Ana.
I saw him drop there. I was like, wait, he dropped.
He didn't
see how fast
call
your
it
shield
in
drops.
time.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just gotta keep an eye out for it too. Like even if people don't call it, like you can still go drop down and help. Like with the new patch to the elevators,
Yeah.
you can easily
Mhm.
get up. But
I think
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
was a
true.
bad call on my part, because like our plan there was either to hold like where we're currently at or on top of General Store, depending on spawn timers, and 2 of us got fire spawn, so I was saying to drop back to 2nd position.
all right,
And
all right. So I don't mind this, by the way.
but
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know that since they have 2 snipers, we need to be playing covers.
Yes. Good. I like to hear that. Because I was just thinking, I was like, oh man, they got the snipers, all that. They should probably go underneath these balconies or whatever. And you guys did, so very good.
And-
Smart.
The Widow kills our Sombra.
Yeah.
We get a good Death Blossom.
There's a good bubble.
And I think Tayton gets some good follow through here, yeah. But then the Zen. Yeah,
Oh my
they
woo.
just get the res.
Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes you can't stop every res. It's always good if you can, but just getting out of energy, getting your Zarya out with energy is always very good. Like staying alive and getting your Zarya out with like 100 or like 80 energy is very, very good. All right, good bubble. Could have probably swung once there just to give some extra energy. Ooh. I think at that
was
point,
just
I would just probably
unlucky.
hold shield, I think. Like, if I'm not getting healed
Yeah.
a lot, then I'm just gonna... It's kind of telling me, like, my brain's just like, hey, I'm not getting healed. Just hold shield. Let my teammates kill.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
make sure
see,
you don't
like-
be
Min just hits everything.
cheating, obviously. Come on, man.
True.
So yeah, so pretty much with this comp, you guys just need to pretty much run into them. There's no dilly-dallying. Pretty much looking for his hack or something. Wait.
What?
I'll say for this, like, yeah, this is smart. So he's like looking for a hack or something. Oh, what do you try to like? You missed a lot of shots
He
there.
tried to assassinate the Mercy.
You guys sure he's 4.3? Oh my, that's unlucky. Very close
Yeah.
though.
It would have been so huge.
Yeah, I mean it would have been tranked, but you still had the chance that you could have maybe good bubble.
And then I was
You
like,
could've
oh,
maybe,
I'm dead. I'm not dead.
Yeah. Could have maybe killed somebody with the pin. Or maybe took the other guy for a ride. Do you guys have Lucio beat for this?
Yeah.
Oh, you just got beat. Yeah, it was definitely a winnable fight. If your Luciana died there, he just got clocked on by the Widow up there, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's just taking names, dude. Wow. But yeah. I think your Sombra dying really early is really bad too. Like he could have looked if he hadn't have gone for that Mercy kill there, then he could have just like looked for I know I went for it, but I think if he would have just like waited a second or two longer and just like looked to hack like Zen or something for you guys, because they had Trank ready, right? Because you have to think about into these fights like what ults they have, what ults we have, what can we kind of do in this situation. and
Yeah,
kind of go
I
from
think if
there.
we played for like an EMP Shatter, like get the Zen and the Sigma with EMP, that would have been like an easy cleanup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes all you need is an EMP too, but I mean it depends on like what they throw at it too. Like if you don't get the hog and he starts ulting, like throwing Shadow down can definitely be used, definitely viable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a dragon coming at you. Nice dodge. Don't think you guys touch. Maybe you do. No, I think you just hold close.
I called the backup there
Yeah, that's smart.
because we
Well,
have like
Clone
some
just
positions
died.
here, and
Yeah.
our
Yeah, so then
supposition
our-
on that one was weird.
Yeah.
Well, like
So
to help
again-
you see, help you guys help your Anna out there.
Yeah, we failed to just know.
Your poor Anna is just eating a lot of shots. I mean, it's kind of on him to be like, hey, I need some help here, but
Yeah.
also it's to make sure like when you guys get bad spawn like that, it's always important to make sure you know who got good and bad spawn, and then go help the bad spawners out if you can. Because like this was kind of like it's
Okay.
her fault, but it's also like kind of your guys' fault for not being able to like go
Yeah.
over there and just like provide DM or shield
Yeah.
something.
We could
And then
have
he
done
just-
something about it.
Exactly.
Great reaction time by me. Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
It takes a little time.
Corpse.
What'd you say?
I DM'd the corpse.
Oh yeah, very good, very good. That's what matters.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
Fucking super jumping bitch.
So you're just kind of waiting for people to come back. Oh, big EMP reroll, nice. So I think a big thing too, by the way, just like when you're playing like Diva Ryan, is like knowing like what they're gonna play, or you know, kind of what they're playing, right? Like if you save, like if I push up to a certain point, so let's say, kind of like that fight. So let's say the team's right here and you're right here. Like Ryan can hold shield to here, and then as soon as that happens, you can tell the Diva, I'm putting shield down. Let the Diva Tatum you eat up all the stuff there, so he just gets a free swing for like 2 seconds. The only thing you're not gonna eat is, well, actually nothing. I mean, you're gonna eat everything.
Right.
If it was like another Ryan or something, like you know, you can eat that damage. But
Right.
like Clone's there, if you just put DM on just on him and let him like swing with a speed boost, he just gets free damage for everybody.
Yeah.
So just like something like food for thought, kind of like, hey, you know, sometimes calling out DM or just like doing that can be really helpful for like the Ryan player, or you know, like you know how much shield you have left and whatnot. So that was a good EMP though combo because of beat. Kind of hard to say what you want to use beat for, like probably Sigalt, but
We kind of just
Hmm.
our Lucio player. Her name is Ren. We just kind of leave it up to her because she can be pretty smart with it.
okay. Oh, big slam. Nice little charge. You could maybe
I mean,
argue the
she-
fact, like, did you need to charge that? Like, you could have just swung and killed both
No,
of them.
yeah, yeah.
But you know,
And
a
also,
free kill is a kill in my opinion. So you just have to be careful of that sometimes, because like if you boop too many people away and then they come back with like ult and shit, and then it's like, well, shit, didn't mean
yeah.
to do that. So just keep that in mind sometimes. Just like be like, do we need to kill somebody immediately? Does this person have an ult? Yes.
I was
kill 'em.
worried that the Zen had an ult.
No, that's perfectly fine. That's a good thing. That's good thinking to have. It's like, does he have ult? Maybe soon. Yeah, I should do this. So I don't mind holding here. I think this is pretty good. You can maybe argue the fact of like holding right here isn't as bad either, just because of the fact that it's a little bit reduced sight lines. This one's a little bit longer range. Like the Widow could play farther back here, but he's playing with the team a bit more. It's actually surprised he didn't swapped off Widow. Oh shit, why am I watching that guy? Fuck that dude.
Who's our Sombra on?
Alright, your shield's getting low.
I tried to get in because I saw our Lucio go and die.
Yeah. No, I think like your shield is pretty low. Like you guys still have beat. You
I
have
should
nano
have
soon.
backed.
Yeah, you guys
we
are.
had
It's kind of
nano.
like what are we gonna do? Like you guys have speed. They don't have speed. They have damage and stuff, yeah. But you got speed beat. Heck it, dude. You just win a fight like that. And then like maybe they Sigalt, and then I mean you can argue the fact wasting beat for like a push, like it's not that bad. I mean against Sigalt it can definitely be really bad, but I mean it's hard to say in that circumstance. But this one, yeah, I think you just back up and then just like kind of reset and then like go in with like speed nano or something. It's gonna be wary with like the Roadhog, like, hey Anna, save a sleep dart for the Roadhog so I can just push in with nano. I mean, you guys almost have like 6 ults here. You drinking the water? In the water. Ooh. Oh, nice. Very good. Nice. Alright, decent. Saving Shatter, it's not bad. You beat that Widow up. She a hoe. Oh, looking too far up there. You're stargazing there for a little too long.
Yeah, I got lost in the UFO.
Yeah, you really did, dude. So I think in the beginning, it's not too bad. So walking around to that, you do have to be careful. Like, you know, you go for the swing and you just... It's a good thing you didn't swing. You stopped the second swing there. Also shattering here, probably don't need to. I think that's fine. If you do, like, you might be able to charge the Widow, but... So yeah, you're obviously, like I said, you're looking up there too much, and then you forget. Like, you know, it's a classic, like, hey, I throw the bottle in the air, and then like I punch you in the face because you're looking at the bottle, right?
Yes.
Oh shit, I didn't see that coming. You didn't. So you just kind of be careful with your position, right? Because you're way too far up.
Looking at me.
Yeah, look at that, dude. They want you, dude, because you are in no man's land, dude. Everybody's like, oh no, and Tatum's like trying to probably fly over and help you, or maybe not flying over to help you because you're gonna kill the Hanzo, right? Alright, he dies.
It's
not bad.
Run feeding.
Mercy gonna res that though. Shit, should have bombed. Could have maybe worked, but I mean, this is fine. Like, you guys have like 5 ults coming in this fight.
Yeah, you just send that bitch in there.
Send it, Bob. Oh, that's Dragon coming at you. Nice trying to E. EMP coming down. Alright, not bad.
And I
You guys
saved
pretty much
Shatter.
have like every ult you need, so. You know, shatter this bitch. Man. Alright. Save into the end. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure you don't have a ball or anything. So, okay, let's see this.
Exactly. I see you understand my strat. Okay, now this is where it gets bad.
Alright. Okay, hold on. Let's back it up a little bit. TP out of spawn. Is that is there for the Sombra? Okay, yeah.
Just wanted to scout, yeah.
I actually a long time ago, I remember, what was it? There was a match I remember, or we did a scrim one time on XL2, I think it was, where like I would be the Sombra because it was the best, like, reasonable one not to switch, like back in goats. So it'd be like, because I was gonna switch anyway between Ryan or Winston, so I would pick Sombra to go scout and go, oh hey, they're running this, and then come back and then switch, and then we would go. It was a really funny strat, but all right, so let's see. All right, so same thing. Sombra needs to like look to get in somewhere, and then like maybe look for a hack. And then, okay, let's see. They're probably going to be playing a cafe, is my bet, yep.
Yeah, they're all in cafe, but the tanks are on juice.
Yeah. So, man, back to the dive days of old. So you have a couple options here. For, like, Winston stuff, like, you can come from this angle, right? Mm-hmm. And kind of jump in. You can, if you do it right, you can jump from this angle to get into this little window right here. And then just, like, kind of drop down. You can, like, if you really wanted it, you can jump up here and then kind of, like, slide down. Kind of kills your jump cooldown to, like, 3 seconds or so, maybe 4. There was the other option of just, like, bum rushing it. If they're all up here, yeah, if they're going up here, you can come through security and just woo and come all the way around.
So
let's see what you guys do. Also, to just add in, like, from old stuff that I remember getting taught back in, like, in XL2 days, is like, so, like, sometimes, like, being Winston, you know, you kind of, like, you're the main tank, right? You kind of, like, taunt people in a way, right? Like, people, like, look at you, stuff like that. But sometimes if you can sneak in, it's always really good. So if, like, you have, let's say, nobody's, like, pestering you, right? They're all focused on, let's say, Tatum. But you're right back over here. But they don't know where you're at, right? So if you sneak all the way back this way, and, like, your Genji comes with you or something, and then you guys die from this way while, like, Tatum comes from over here, they're all focused on Tatum, and Tatum just DMs everything, right? Like, they'll have projectiles. So Tatum just comes in from the front, eats all the damage, while you and the Genji just come up from the side here while they're all focused on that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, look at this POV, right? The Ashe is looking down right over here. You walk over that way, both the tanks are... Oh, man, I'm using my fingers right now. Sorry. So, the tanks are looking right over here, and they're maybe focused on you guys, right? And you kind of peek in, maybe you go this way, you come over that way, and they have no idea that you get broadsided by you guys on the side. Obviously, this comes into play, too, that, like, your Sombra gets into a relatively, like, good spot. Like, if she gets, like, by cafe or, like, by these boxes, like a tank. Let's say, like, D.Va tries to fly over here, and she's boop, 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 hacks, bam. D.Va's pretty much out of the fight. But then, like, you have to make sure, like, since you're playing Lucio Ana, right, that you want to, like, kind of, like, fight up here, but you don't want to go inside fully. Like, you want to, like, fight up here and then drop down and let your Ana heal from there. And hopefully, you know, if the tanks jump over here, that's good. If they dive in the back, it could be a little bit of a problem because you're playing, you know, a really fast dive. That's why, like, that's why you would argue Moira would probably be better, because you could just go yeet right in with everybody. Also, a little tip for you on your Winston bubble. If you put your Winston bubble, like, right around here, it hits both the top and the bottom. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's kind of like a cool little trick. Like you can block healing from people or just like cuck people. Also, if you want, you can get on top of this table and put the bubble up, and it kind of cucks some healing and damage on the top here. So some fancy stuff. But anyway, let's see what you guys do. Look for the nade up there. You're gonna create space. You're gonna eat a lot of damage from that. All right, your Sombra gets around barely. Well, gets shot though.
Then I call for the jump onto or no, I call for a rotation, I think.
Alright, I see. Are you backed up? I think you could just stay there. They weren't really pestering you. I think just chilling there, have a little bit of space.
So now now I'm wanting to bum rush. Now I'm wanting to go through and then jump on cafeteria, but then
alright.
What happens is the Hanzo gets slept. So I try to jump up and I
Alright, we won't talk about that. I think in that case, getting on the Hanzo isn't bad, but since did your Sombra tell you where he was, or he's behind them?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think coming up here with your Genji would have been a better idea, because one, it just like pretty much just shuts their healing and some of their DPS off, and it helps your Sombra like maybe like get a pick or kill somebody, right? Because if you're sitting there zapping the Mercy Ana, like if he focuses Mercy too, she just dies. But instead you go for that jump, doesn't work out. Now you come up there, but it's kind of like a little too late.
Yeah, too late.
It didn't push up far enough. Your Sombra backed out. Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to get some water.
You're fine.
I think looking back, it would have been better just to leave the Hanzo sleeping and instant go on cafe.
Yeah, just bum rush cafe.
4v5 that we take while Kame rotates.
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me.
Oh well.
Yep, ain't shit we can do.
Do we stay Winston Diva for all of Hollywood? The rest of Hollywood, I should say.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Oh, we end second point, that's why. Forgot.
You guys here?
Yes, we are here.
Yep.
Alright, excellent. Let's see. Let's continue on then. So now you guys have Nano. You can save it for Blade, or you can go with the monkey, y'all. Or go with the monkey. Me personally, I kind of like Winston. I mean, Nano Blade's really good, and it's like insta burns, but like Nano Monkey is just so good, just for the fact that it's just a big, tanky, beefy dude that just buys you space. And the damage is arguably good, and then Monkey Primal is really good. So,
alright.
Okay, so we're just jumping right in. Do we have anybody here at the moment?
No.
Okay. Not really. So, Are you calling your dives by chance?
Yes, I'm calling go on Ana.
Do you do a 3-2-1 at all?
No.
You should start doing that.
Okay.
It makes so when it's a big thing that a lot of like pro teams and stuff use that they build it in as like a 3-2-1 go, right? It's really simple. But it allows time for people to get ready and go, okay, so we're doing this, right? Also, your Sombra is not even with you, or she's over here, I guess. So instead of just jumping right in and then dying, because what happens? Let's see what happens. All right, so we get nanoed. Hanzo dies. Really zapping that guy. All right, so, I mean, it's working out. Could be cleaner. Oh, Ash is on the high ground. No one contest. Oh, could have popped Primal. So yeah, everybody's dead now. Okay. So yeah, if you
the Ash kills 3.
Yeah, so you need to make sure. That's why you got to make sure you get on Ash and stuff. Like getting on the Ana and stuff is great, but also like getting on the Ash Mercy would have been probably one of the better scenarios there. Because like when you jump in, I think if I'm not mistaken, you just get bopped by the Ash, right? So if you have enough time and your diva gives you DM, you don't get booped back, right? The pellets don't hit you. She'll get knocked back, but you won't, which is the important part. So that's why like the 3-2-1 is really important because it buys enough time for the diva to get ready. Because like when you start going up, because monkey jump is like instant, right? You just boom, you're moving already. Well, diva you have to like boost over, and it's not as fast. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's always good to like let your diva usually know beforehand, so that she can give you like max value on her DM, because that's how you really want to win these fights. Is with like helping you get in position is like your diva. Because like right here, you just dive right in, right? You just here I go, I'm going in Anna. You get knocked over this way, and then like the fight begins. And you're like, wow, shoot, I got to do all this.
Yeah, and I've already wasted like a solid half of my Tesla.
Yeah. So see, now they have 5 alts for it. Genji's blading the back, kills 1. Nice E. Oh, I guess getting Bob in the back of the point isn't too bad. Going for a diva though. Yeah, I always go for squishies usually. I'm not a big fan of that primal. That was kind of a oofer. Ow. I want to see that again. I want to see what's going on here.
I was trying to get the Bob like all the way back.
Yeah, I see where you're going with it. I think that it's not too bad. Oh shit, I went too far. Oopsies. Oops. I'm just missed 20. That made like a 5-second one, I tell you what.
Yeah.
So yeah, try. We netted you, and then he just kind of goes in. I mean, all this fight really needs is just an EMP. Like that's it. If you guys would have played like a second or two beforehand, I'm not sure. Did you guys call for an EMP fight or just like
No.
I don't remember.
That's kind of sloppy. That it's like you guys have the literal tool. Like all that needs to happen is a Sombra comes over here, sets up over in the backside of cafe, like walks up or just like strolls up here, and then just boom, EMP is like everybody in there, and then you just dive in and just kill everybody because they're EMP and they can't do it.
Okay.
And like I don't know where he was before this fight. Where was he? Oh, I mean, like there was people coming back from spawn, weren't they? Yeah. So this is like a really bad engage from you guys because you guys like are just missing people. Like you're missing your freaking Sombra who has an EMP and a hack. Like arguably, you can win this fight, but I mean, this is just a dry blade by himself right now, and I guess like you are helping him Titan a little bit.
And he does because of it.
Who the fuck woke up Bob, yo?
Me.
Who woke up Bob? I need to know who woke him up. He slapped Bob, and then he got woken up. He did it.
It's probably me when I started punching him.
No way. Oh, it was your jump. The jump did it. That's awkward. All right. Minus 50 TK DKP. Anyway.
Damn.
So yeah, that was kind of a sloppy fight. Like just waiting for people. Like if you need to take a 5v6, that's okay. But like normally you should be doing 6v6 as much as you can. Like there's totally times you can be like, hey, winnable. Like you guys have ults. You work together. You jump in, do your business. But in that case, all right. So we have beat and
in
EMP
that
now.
instance, when we got the first pick, we called to Blade anyways because we thought it would be winnable, and then you caught us and where we're just kind of trickling back because the Blade got 1, and then he died.
Yeah. Which I don't think it's bad, but I mean, like, losing a tank and another DPS when you're, like, coming back is, like, oof. Because I don't think they really lost. They lost, what, you say 1, I think it was? I think you're right. Let's see what this whole mishmang for dangled of things happen.
Yeah, they were done.
So yeah, he kills 3. Kill that. That's right. Chain gets 2. You get that. Your Sombra dies. DMX 1.
I remember now. We called the engage because they were down.
Oh, that's right.
We thought that we could just completely clean up.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those weird fights of like, oh hey, we can do this maybe, and then it's like, oh no.
It's just one of those you called winnable and you didn't win.
Yeah. Because they were all so freaking low. I'm really surprised you didn't get that diva on the mech sooner. That was unfortunate.
I did, but she bombed to remake.
And then
yeah, I meant like a little bit sooner because she just got it. Well, I mean, she would have bombed like sooner and stuff, and it would have helped out. But
anyways, yeah.
All right. Well, you got most of their ults out, so the only ult they have left is Monkey ult, and your Sombra dies again.
To nade. Probably
Yes.
got slept.
Most likely. All right, so let's see this fight. Let's see. There's more map to come, so you guys obviously win coming up here. Hopefully soon.
Yep. Because then I finally go into cafe.
Hmm.
My brain has finally expanded.
The expansion has come. It's
Yeah,
like
it was a-
spore in your brain starting growing. All right, let's see. All right, big beat. EMP comes in on the internet. Not bad. Let's get EMP though all around. You see a point, you get healed. He really did.
And I die.
Oh yeah, I died though. I mean, you're missing some heals, so he has a really bad time of just dying a lot. This is why I'd probably argue the fact that like sometimes more is better,
Yeah.
especially for like these kind of like dive instances when you want to go into cafe. Like I think with the Ana, it's not bad, but I think Moira just way fucking better. Just literally just YOLO into cafe.
Hmm. I think the other part of it was that yes.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah, because originally our plan was Moira if they have a diva, and if they
They'll have a
like,
diva.
hard
What the
cap.
heck? Where's the Moira?
I don't think we thought that far.
So you have the train of thought is like, okay, they have more they have Diva, Moira that bitch up. They have Diva. What the fuck are we doing again? Got it.
Okay. Yeah, like I have my entire notepad here, like with all of our comps and plans and stuff like that. And it's just like it's circled. The Ana Moira part is circled, and you know, apparently I'm illiterate. I can't read.
Oh well. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, we went.
Yeah. So like the big thing I saw is just like kind of improper diving over here, and like kind of like the comp being a little bit of a problem. Like you can still do it with Ana, just like the problem is that she has to like play over here, and like if the tanks are up here, then it can be like a real nuisance with trying to get heals. So you're pretty much just relying on just pure like damage and like skill to win that fight, which I think is pretty easily done. Like as soon as you get a Genji in cafe with like a Winston, like pack it up most times, especially since they have an Ana Mercy. Like you just dap the Mercy down or whatever, you just focus her, she's dead, and then it's like, well, Ana's dead next, whatnot. Like they had a pretty interesting comp, and like they weren't like playing by cafe or anything. They were all just they had like the tanks up here, which I think is okay. But I don't know. So yeah, like I said, like you have these like options of like, you know, coming through here, going all the way around with like cafe and everybody. You have like, you know, the option of like, you know, Tate maybe coming in from that way, while like you and like the Genji come from over here and like dive in. With Taten coming up, so like they're focused on Taten and then like completely ignore you. But that comes down again to like making sure like your Lucio Moira there to help you out, or like, you know, the Lucio appeals for that, and then you guys just have like pure damage out here. So yeah.
Okay.
My thoughts, Arena. So you guys have any questions or thoughts, or actually let's get this thing over with. Beat.
I think like our biggest issue is we just need to work on diving together.
Yeah, oh, that's primal. Beat the crackers out of those guys. Nice. Oh, okay. I mean, okay. All right. I mean, I hate Tracers too. Tracist over here.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Dude, I've been stuck by enough pulse bombs to just come through the map or my shield and stuff, dude. Fuck that character.
Yeah, Tracists.
Yes.
Oh yeah, here we didn't really decisively decide whether or not to take space. And then I was like, okay, like let's rotate to covers. I'm gonna body block for Ana.
Body block for Ana. That's not bad, I guess. I mean, they don't have a Widow, so like all that Ana really has to do is show you she's gonna take a stroll down this way. She's gonna come around over here. She can come back this way. Boom, not really in sidelines at all. So
True.
I would say like you pushing cars not too bad. Diva doing it, like Lucio can do it pretty easy. Like he can like bebop underneath it without having too much trouble. A little bit hard for that dive. Oh, you get stick Arena. Goodbye, Arena. All right, let's see that again though.
Yeah, this is why we're Tracist.
Getting on this point with Genji Sombra isn't too bad. It can be a little difficult, depending what they have. But with your guys' comps, you guys can easily get up there. Where's your Sombra, dude? He needs a heal, dude. Oh, he was behind them. Shanna dies, you die. Be nice if you ate that pulse bomb, but it's hard. I think the big thing when it comes to
It's
tracer
close.
bombs is like, yeah, the big thing when it comes to tracer bombs is just like realize that like she builds tracer bomb pretty fast. It's one of those alts that like come on very fast. It's like kind of like Shatter in like a Rein situation. Like Rein's build Shatter really fast, right?
Yeah.
Like anytime there's tracer on the field, like she's probably gonna be focusing tanks, and
Yeah,
she's gonna do a decent amount of damage.
I
So.
knew she had it because when we capped first point, she got
Got
hacked.
hacked.
and it
Oh, that's
showed.
right. Yeah, that's right. It's true. So, always gotta keep the eyes peeled at Reno for that, but it's okay.
Yeah,
Guys
we
got some big
nanoed-
ups coming in here.
Yeah, we nanoed Genji here to see if he could clean up. Obviously, that didn't work. I called disengage.
Yeah, I was just saying, I kind of want to see what happened here. So yeah, your Sombra died. I kind of see a bit of the problem. He could have probably killed that Ashe.
Yeah, he could have.
He could have actually killed that Winston too, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm about to start roasting both your DPS, but...
That's okay.
They can take it.
Yeah.
True.
You one trick. They take
you one trick.
And I call
Ian beating up here, which is interesting.
Monkey. We get the monkey.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
But Tracer
Get the
is
baby.
relevant. Punch the granny.
Kill the Ashe. Yeah.
Yep, I didn't know where Ashe was.
Oh, she's still on the high ground. Oh, you gotta remember, like, usually they'll just play on high ground and stuff like that. So, get Focus Mars here, probably the best. You have ult soon. I'm gonna hopefully you get it. Oh, nice. Ooh, almost a little sloppy there, but I made it work. You knock him away. That's your kill. Fuck you, Genji.
Yeah, I don't care if you're blading or not. I might hit you with the solid anti-synergy, but that's okay.
Yeah, happens all the time. Car hasn't been moving this whole time, which is kind of sad, but it's also good on their part.
Yeah.
They went back for our back line. I had to peel.
Smart. No, it's good. It's good.
But yeah, then here I don't know where to go to take space. I could have probably been on top of jail.
I'll show you where. Right here. Right there's not too bad. Either that or like right over here is not too bad. It's just holding some space. I think on top of jail isn't too bad. Like you can kind of like chill back here for a second, or like you can just kind of play up. But the problem is like you really can't tase them to be over here. So like sometimes like holding over, even like right here is pretty good too, because like they come around over this way, you can zap them. You just get free zaps. You can kind of stuff the door, and then over here isn't too bad. Like I would say if they're going, if like this is like. If they have a bit of time, usually most people try to go in the left door, I would say. Because usually the right doors are pretty stuffed. Like, it's usually not good. So people, most time, it buys teams time to push out this way and then, like, make space so they can have, like, people make, like, a flank or something go behind this way or somebody go on the high ground, I guess, now, especially. Since man, that's actually pretty crazy. So, yeah, I think holding up a little bit of space there and just having your Genji kind of do that. Because remember, like, you're the tank. You want to hold the space. You have the HP. Bit of an early bubble there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big beat. Wasting a bit of tase gun there. You're not really zapping anybody. Been oof jump there, but at least he's dead nice. Get that Diva Mac out. Oh, he just bomb. Oh, nice little jump there. I was like, oh, is he gonna die to bomb? Ow.
I felt like such a hero in that moment. But it didn't work. Yeah, and then yeah.
Oh, it's so close. Oh my.
It would have been very nice to have the bubble when I was actually pressuring people for real.
Yeah, that's just it's a forced habit sometimes. Some people do. Like I do it once in a while, and I'm like, shoot. Like you're like, oh hey, I want to put this bubble down. Or like you're fighting a Winston, you bubble, and it's like, why'd I do that? Like the bubble versus Winston is probably like one of the like dumbest things that happen sometimes. And it's like, shoot.
Yeah, I can see that I need to work on my bubble cooldown, and I also need to work on like my jumps and primals.
Yeah, I think you also need to make sure you're keeping in mind in like, should I be holding close here, Or if you
Mhm.
are like, if they have a Sombra, like just be very, very careful about holding close with Sombra because Sombra will just fuck your day over.
Right.
That's one of the few instances that's like, it's really annoying because like if she pushes out just before her team doesn't like hacks you because it's like, oh no, you want to kind of save bubble before you zap and build your ult charge. But if she hacks you and you're like sitting there and it's like, well, shoot, like, because like sometimes if you bubble, like sometimes it doesn't cancel it, or like sometimes it's good to like jump if she does, but it's like you want to hold the space. So on that, I kind of leave it up to you and kind of like your judgment. Like if people come in really fast and you get hacked, it sucks. But I'd say usually either bubble or jump out usually. So, but anyway, do you want to do another one or?
Clones, do you want to pick one? Otherwise, I'm just gonna say Li Jing.
Fuck. Yeah, Li Zhang.
The Li Jing?
Because I just fed on a Rhine Zarya one. I feel like we played super poor, where it was all winnable. Yeah, so they go the full this is the owl stuff, right? Where they go sim junk and they owl.
Oh shit!
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
it's already going.
Oh shit! I was taking off my sweatshirt. Holy cow! Fast. All right, you got the TP thing. Reaper. Are they keeping the Sombra? Oh, it's a big anti.
I miss Pit.
Charges a little oof, and you have like no shield. Yeah.
Yeah.
So versus the Junkrat, it can be really hard to push into that. I think in that case, as soon as I see like Junkrat and Sim, I know my shield's gonna be dying pretty fast, and like the comp I'm running, like we want to go into them, but it's not like in this kind of area because this area Junkrat just destroys. I think if I saw that, I'd like block the damage and be like, nope, not going this way.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to point. Because White Room is Junkrat's playground pretty much in that case. Even though it's still not bad for your team, but it's one of those things again. Like anytime you're usually playing Sombra, usually Sombra comps come into. Usually, what you want to do with Sombra comps is build EMP really fast, or look for hacks and then get engage.
Right.
It's usually like the plays of those.
And I thought like, oh, I can handle a fire strike. Yeah, that was fine.
So the bubble wasn't bad. It's just like the pin there. It's kind of like, I think in that case, it's just like just fall back and go to point here. It'd be the better idea.
Okay.
I would say like fall back, go to point, look for a hack and a nade or something. That's gonna be like your big like wins there.
Yeah. I know some. Do you know much about like bubble cooldown usage? Because that was something that Tayton and I were talking about. Because we looked at this ourselves just so that we could have like a little bit of insight before heading into like getting some review about it.
Right.
So I know like it's usually like if you're at 50 energy or so, you probably shouldn't be using bubbles to get energy. You should be using them to save teammates, right?
I can't tell you. I don't know that too well, but I mean, I think that's a good guess. I mean, like I'd say almost like 60 is actually not that bad either.
It's more that you use self bubble for energy, and then you use projected to save people.
Okay.
I would say saving people and like pushing up, right?
But it's like after the first fight, if you win after the first fight, you're not concerned about energy.
Right.
It's not really an issue, especially in Rhine Zarya mirror.
No, my question is, do you call for bubbles?
No, he doesn't.
No, I don't.
You don't? You don't call for bubbles? All right, let's clear up a couple things right here. So you're the Rhine player. You're the main tank. You're the one that needs to call to engage. It's going to be so much easier for Tayton to give you bubble if you go bubble me, and it's going to make it easier for you when you want to get into the fight and actually start swinging, right? Because if you're too far away and Tayton bubbles you, and then you like kind of walk up, kind of not do anything, and then you might give him energy, but you also want to get your own damage in, right? You need to build your ult charge.
Right.
So you being able to call that, like, we'll back to first fight here, right? So, so you should just be holding shield this like whole time. So pretty much just hold shield, you walk up, and then immediately call for bubble and just like swing once or twice. Or usually like swing once here, and then you like see this bubble here, like
useless.
what does it get you, right? Also on the same,
but we die.
Yeah. On the same note, though, in terms of like calling for bubble, like when like bubble cooldown, I would say, I think we had it I think in XL2, I think Logic would tell me like every around like 3 or 4 seconds. It's like is when you would be like, I have bubble in 3 seconds.
Yeah, I
Like
call that.
so that's for you, Tatum. Yeah, that's good. And then it allows you to be like, I bubble, stuff like that, and allows your team to pop off. So all right, good. Now that we got that cleared out of the way, call your bubble. It'll make life so much easier. Yeah, look, see, you get bubble and you just eat damage. You're like your shield eats damage and you eat some damage when you could be getting your own like ult charge. It's good fire strike. I don't like the shield getting activated there. I think I would have just held the corner. Oh shit, you almost ran into that trap. Oh my, that guy dies. Ooh, I don't know about that fire strike. Let me get the Lucio pretty low, but
the sim. It was sad.
That's funny. I think in that case, like usually having a shield like that high, I think, or like that low, I think it's just better just to, you have natural cover right here, right? This thing doesn't explode, anything. You just play. You kind of bob and weave a little bit back and forth, and like there's nothing to do. Maybe the Junkrat's smart and like drops a pill behind you and touches your little butt, so be careful then. But for the most part, just like use cover, and then pushing in with bubble is very good.
Should have just solo shattered the Moira.
I was thinking, I was like, you could have shattered. I mean, the Zarya was right up there, so it probably wouldn't have mattered. But you could have maybe charged them into your team. All right, so the right ways to shatter, they did that. Are we pushing up again without your teammates? No, okay. Okay, you have your teammates in. Just making sure. You get bubbled. So that's not that bad of a bubble, but still.
I'm calling for EMP, boom.
Oh, nice. I was wondering, I was like, what are they doing? I was like, if I'm in the end of the round, I'm like, oh, this guy wants to shatter, dude. Oh, goodbye. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
So, EMP shatter there. Not bad. Even though I would say, was it needed? Maybe. You guys could have maybe got beat out with that, because, like, if we look back. Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, we were just saving the EMP for whenever the sim had wall.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And when we were
Which
like,
I don't think is bad.
Perfect.
But
we didn't need the nano. The nano was the part that was overkill.
I thought the line was a bit lower, but it works. Either way, cool play. Mom, get the camera.
And then we call to take space here, not realizing that there is a sim TP. Our Sombra dies immediately. And then, so, struggled early, and I just die.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do at this point.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird fight. Like, you guys, I think holding up there is fine. Like, that's what you should be doing. But how does your Sombra just... Oh, does he go? Oh, he goes to fight the Junkrat and he just gets wrecked.
Yeah. He didn't even
I don't know about that one. But, yeah, I think as soon as you... Hold on, did you pop around the corner and see that, or...?
Yeah, I did.
Let's see. When do you see the TP? Right there. That's immediately right there. You pushed up for like a good solid 2 seconds when you should have been like, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Run.
Yeah, that was kind of your mistake there, is like pushing that far up and not being like, wait, they have a TP. Okay, we're just gonna chill back. Because like you should instantly your brain should tell you, oh hey, they have a TP, they get back from spawn fast. Let's go back. We just lost somebody.
Right.
And then you look for, I would say in this point, like you should probably have a feeling, that we can see that they have grab and beat. Like, we haven't seen that yet. Like, in game, you're like, okay, we haven't seen those ults. They're probably coming close to another shatter. More ults, 50, 60, getting probably they have a coal soon. So, like, the play that you kind of go for is probably, like, back up the point, try to buy time for your Sombra, and then, like, look for, like, a grab into, like, a nade Reaper ult or something is your best play, and just, like, save bubble for him. And, like, you just need to survive. Because you guys have a lot of air, like, Legion Tower has a lot of good spots just to back up, right? So you have like the little pillar too. Once you get back over here, it kind of kills LOS, right? Like if you want to LOS for that, like they have to come all the way up this way. And if you just play over here, and then if you need to, you can back up into here. You can back up into here. So it's like giving them space is always important.
Right. Yeah. So I just need to recognize when I'm biting off more than I can chew.
Yeah, and then that's fine. I mean, wasting EMP just for you is all right. I mean, not EMP, Grav. Oh shit!
Yeah,
I mean, Pog. Oh, good block. Ayana's Ripperinoed. Yeah, with energy would be good. Oh, that
people leaves.
That's good. Killing the Lucio. They have no speed arena right now.
And Orthus gets dominated by Min Min again.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is that Min Min guy 4300 or?
I have no idea.
You don't? Now, is this guy an actual 4.3k player on your team, or is it like, that's my peak, I hit it like one time?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Just checking, because I've watched him a couple times. His aim is a little questionable. So, I'm not trying to trash anybody. I just like, I've dealt with a lot of teams back in the day that were like, I'm this, and it's like, okay, man, and it's like, not. Well, anyway, actually, what the fuck? All right, anyway, get back on track here. What the fuck happened? All right, so yes, you die.
Well, yeah. So I do need to start calling bubbles better.
So we had the pick from the Lucio, and then we were like,
that's
oh,
good.
we have a Lucio pick, so we started to push, and then our Lucio got picked. But
right, wait, oh, that's right. You're Sombra. Wait, how did he die? Wait, did he just die to him again? Did he try going that right side again or something, or he just gets blasted? Okay. Okay. I think like him doing that, like,
He was trying to stall the point, but at the same time,
I don't think it's worth. I think just give it up, and then because you're like down with one. Yeah, you're just eating a lot of damage right now. You haven't been healed for a little bit. Your Ana has to run up to nade you, which is pretty dangerous. Lucio runs in, you run in. I think Tayton. That is such a weird fight. How you guys do this? What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. I stopped thinking because there's so much spam damage. I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
I don't want to be bought out. Yeah, Lucio just eats spam. And then Tane pushes up on the left, kind of by himself, but you don't have any healing over there because your Ana is, like, over here. So this comes again into, like, play where, like, Moira's, like, arguably a little better, keeping everybody together, getting the big heals. Like, Nano's really good, Nade's really good, Sleep's all good, all fine and dandy, but sometimes just Moira just too freaking good, man. Alright, so Reaper backs off. They beam. Oh, your Ana dies. Oops. Yeah.
I should have just jumped off at that point.
Yeah. I mean, they can be, like, merit to that. Like, people, like, try to, like, go in too deep for you and, like, you get enough heals and stuff and then they die. Alright, Reaper kills that guy.
Yeah, then our Reaper and our Sombra both start clutching.
Okay, a little bit of a wasted nano there again.
Right, yeah, I called no more ults. I was trying to get up there. I called no more ults, and then our Ana accidentally ulted.
Could be a little faster on your swing on the left there. Like, I feel like I've noticed a little bit, like, you have some control of, like, where you're aiming a bit, but I feel like it's a little off. Like, you don't have, like, you don't understand your whole surroundings, if I can be blunt about it, I guess. Like, you kind of, like, know when to swing and stuff, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, because it's like, or maybe it's just, like, sense-wise, I guess. Because I felt like I felt it on, like, Hollywood. I could just be a little bit faster in terms of just, like, making sure you move around. It's like, oh, hey, I can block over here. Because it's always a really big deal to make sure you can, like, turn on a dime with a Reinhardt. Because, like, a shatter coming from behind, stuff like that.
Right.
And if you can't do it fast enough and it happens, and it's like...
I mean, my sensitivity might be too low.
Usually it's good to have a higher sense with Ryan Winston, I would say.
I think I'm running, like 5.5 in-game with either 800 or 1,000 DPI.
Really? Wow. I play with, I think, 800 with, like, 10 in-game with Ryan and Winston.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. Oh, big AMP shatter. Very nice. Good fire strike. The table cucked you, but...
That's
Summer
okay.
the Summer... Yeah, so you can maybe try it out, like, test it out, see if it feels a little better.
Okay. Yeah, like up it to 8.
Yeah, give it a whirl. Maybe 7 if it's too high. Yeah. I'll say if it's too high, I mean, hey man, everybody has their own like sense they feel comfortable on. I don't like get you out too far your comfort zone, but they have a shit ton of ults here. So like this is just this is just one of those fallback fights. Like look at this, you die here, which is like sad and sucks. But like you also have to pay attention to like what they have, right? Like you want to save, like make sure like Tatum's probably saving bubble for this. Like you can eat the tire, maybe you can maybe swing at it. Like you have Nano and Beat coming up. Yeah, sure, they just wasted like 3 ults, but like you guys have your own ults to fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were talking about this fight in particular, like we noticed that both situations we try to go up to spawn, I use my bubble too soon, and he ends up dying for it. Like the first time is when he gets grabbed, and then the second he gets tired.
Mm-hmm. But that's like a perfect scenario where he perfectly gets the bubble on me, and I'm calling to
Right.
go on junk here.
Yeah.
Wait, is this coming up to my nasty shatter?
After my grab, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, stay alive. Stay alive. Oh man. Nice. You gonna turn around, look for the big slammers. Oh, juicy. Very nice.
I didn't even look. I was just like, I think they're behind me. This would look
That's
kind of
reasonable.
cool.
No, it worked out good. Nice.
This
He
would
didn't
be
even
a
call you
cool.
out for looking down. That's pog.
Wait, did you actually look down? Wait a minute. Did I miss that? Wait a minute. Hold up.
Fuck.
Hold up.
Shit.
Don't say it ain't so. That's okay.
A little bit.
A little bit. I'm like talking about people that literally just like stare at the ground when they shatter. That's a no. That's reasonable. Like I've done that myself a lot. Like that's okay.
And I
But
know that I can work on like my swings and getting better cleave out of them.
Yeah.
Again,
They'll come
I
naturally
wonder
if you increase the speed a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah.
This map was an ass blasting to say the least.
Oh,
An
goodness.
ass blasting. All right, let's figure out the problems here.
It was so bad.
It starts off real strong. We're feeling real confident. Then we should have swapped to Winston Diva, and we don't.
Didn't. Yeah, we also
Winston
don't
Diva,
understand
let's see
where to
why.
hold here. Because we get ass blasted, that's why.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well,
Spoilers.
let me skip ahead here. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So my thought is that they might be playing like Sim again. So I mean, we're gonna have to be on the lookout for that.
So
Oh,
we
hey,
just
you
had
guys
to
played
play
something.
Sim too.
Oh, you guys played Sim too. Oh shit. Oh, here goes. All right, so really not too bad. I would like to see a fire strike with that. The teleporter was because like
Did I try?
no, you didn't try. You looked
Oh,
at it for a
fuck.
good solid second. You're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Because yeah, I look at it like that's immediately just a boom, an insta fire strike, and like you just.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool, dude. If you would have fire strike that, you'd probably hit like all 6 people or like 5 at least, and just
Right.
built up a good like 20% on charge. Like the charge isn't bad though. Like arguably pretty decent. You know, you have a chance of pinning somebody. You just have a chance of maybe making the May blow cooldown or just blowing a cooldown or like you pin the Rhine here, or the Rhine gets knocked down. So. Alright, nice.
And then we call to destroy the teleporter because we're not making that mistake again.
Alright,
Okay,
let's
so
see where things going. Ah, I see. Yeah. As soon
Yeah.
as you said you're getting ass
going.
blasted, and I was like, yeah, we're feeling pretty good. I'm like, oh, let's see if I'm them and I see that comp. Pharmacy's pretty good against that. Immediately the swap to pharmacy, yeah.
Right, and Orthus's call was that we play inside. We didn't realize he meant that
Yeah.
we play right in there where he's at. Like playing.
Oh, he
in
wants
the
to
lower.
play inside their spawn.
Yeah,
right?
I
Yeah.
mean, and
it's like where we killed the TP.
yeah, and I guess that's like the right call because that way the pharmacy gets absolutely 0 value, and if the tanks want to rotate around, then they're gonna have a hell of a time getting through us because they're already like main.
Yeah,
I misinterpreted.
I can see that.
Play inside as play on point, even though those are like.
Yeah.
I mean,
different
I
calls.
got play. I would probably said play on point, I guess, or play inside. Normally, I would say playing on point's pretty good. I mean, I don't know. It's so weird. Like, I don't mind playing over there, but like, I think, in my opinion, I think it's bad.
I think.
If I'm
think
being
it's
honest
just
with you, I
because,
think it's
like,
bad.
Like playing
Yeah.
on point against Fair Mercy is better than playing in the open. But if he's already set up there, then we should have played where he called, because he almost gets picked, and then we go for a re-engage, and he does get picked, and so like, I think he just wasn't ready for us to be on point, basically.
Yeah.
I just think it's very hard for you for like this comp, right? Like you want to get in. Like the only thing you guys can truly get on is either the Ana or like just the tanks.
Oh,
really. Like,
no.
you don't really have much
no.
to. What?
Oh, you're
Nah,
gonna
You'll
see it.
You'll see.
We got a wild goose chase here. All right.
Prepare the yakety sax.
All right. Okay. I don't know why he charged his fist over there. He's gonna die there. All right. He managed to kill the Tracer
Okay, so I
somehow.
see the tanks go. I'm like, go on now.
Where is speed boost? Where is speed?
And when you go back, you realize the problem. So, where's the team? They're not there.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's quite a big problem.
So,
Like, if you guys know you're playing like a comp like that, people have to understand like this is what we do.
Yeah.
Also, then this happens, like this separation, that's bad right there.
right. So, I mean, ideally, what I wanted to have happen was for everybody to follow me in. So go get that Ana, because both the tanks have already people left, and if we go in there, nobody can hit us. Like, I thought it was a solid call. But
No, I think to be honest, I think that's a perfectly fine call. That Ana was all by herself. Like literally, you got 0 speed. Your Lucio was in fucking Narnia playing with whatever the fuck that goat's guy's name is, the satyrs. Like,
and so I call to
Don't
go
care.
for it again, because of course I do.
I mean, like I
And-
said, it's not a
and-
bad idea. It's good, but like, it's just hard because you're gonna need a lot of spam along the
Yeah.
way.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you like
So-
go into third person for that,
Yeah,
you
let's see it
can
again.
See that he's not even in like Lucio aura,
Yeah,
and like we're just super.
it's like kind of
disconnected.
lost, and then we there. Yeah, that's such a weird fight. Because like you also, I mean, I guess you have the McCree to focus on hit scan, right? So kind of poke the pharmacy out. Your Doom is fighting a Tracer on the right, which I don't. I mean, it's okay, I guess.
But yeah, then our Moira.
Yeah, your Moira dying
used-
with Beam is really bad. How long did he have that? I don't think you should have had it. He had it for a while, didn't he? Oh no, he was just
Yeah.
building up to it.
He-
Well, I
Could have
mean,
maybe waited a
he
little
had
bit
it.
longer for it. Or he just gets it now. Man, he got up cold really earlier, but
Yeah, and then the other problem was that he used his fade to get in,
yeah.
and he didn't need it.
It's just like when you need to make sure when you're playing with your Lucio understands like when you're playing those comps, like the Lucio needs to be like with like everybody ready to go in. Because like when speed
Yeah.
gets called, or like when we need to engage on a target, speed needs to happen, and people need to be moving their asses.
Right.
Because if people are just sitting there like dilly dallying, they're like, "Oh man, I know I can kill this guy." Like, no, you gotta do this. And like the McCree's like a little bit behind or something, or like actually he was on the front line, but like in saying like if he was behind or something, that's like okay-ish. But that was just
Right.
kind of swoopy.
I think that's some of
Mhm.
like, the growing pains for a new team, though. Just
Yeah, it takes time to
Yeah.
like work out the kinks and be like, "Oh hey, don't do that," you know.
But I think at this point in time, or even
Ooh,
the
going
fight
the coast
before,
side.
we needed to have swapped.
Yeah,
And boom.
no, that's fine. But
I shouldn't have
Pharmacy.
gone for the pin. I could have blocked a lot of that.
yeah, you can definitely argue that. I think. Yeah, I think you guys swapping sooner probably would have been the best idea. Just because you guys need to, when you sit there on these comps, like you're trying to like win, right?
Yeah.
But like the problem is like if you don't win, then you're just like by the time you do like switch, you just don't have anything.
It's like
So they just
Mhm.
use Nano, I think, on something. Oh, my bad.
So I'm like,
So
oh,
going
what do
coast
we
here
do?
is very dangerous, just for the fact they have the Pharah.
Yeah, but then I
That's
call
good bubble.
Monkey. Diva's out of mech.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
Wait.
nice. Oh, almost got the sick charge. Yo, fuck that D-Mac up. Yo, actually, fuck that Ana up. Yo.
No.
But everybody dies.
Oh.
And then I get glocked by a tiny Korean.
Go jump on ya. Yeah.
Yep. After he shattered, I got booped off with Grav, and it was really sad.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I was like, oh man, he went that way. I was like, wait, did he get booped off? I was like, yes, he got booped off.
And Lucio
Unfortunate.
died with beat. It was
I think
very sad.
The big one thing there, you guys talked about earlier, switching is the best option there.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
should have gone Winston
Let's
Diva.
look back at it a little bit,
Or
like what
ball.
you guys have for alts, right? I mean, this is the hard part, is like knowing like what alts you have and being like, okay,
Right.
what do we do? So let's take a peek. So close somewhat at the wall. This guy switches. Like, that's totally fine. This is a little like questionable. Like, should I? But, I mean, they just switched not too long ago, and they just completed a fight, so they're gonna be a little farther up than you. I mean, you're close to Beam. I think like going with like Winston Diva with Moira is totally fine. Even Lucio too. You could argue maybe getting
Talking
something.
about Mercy for McCree.
Hmm?
We were talking.
Oh,
about-
Mercy McCree.
Yeah. or maybe Ash. But they decided Kree just in the off chance that a Tracer was by them, I guess.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I kind of like the idea, like, you get off the Lucio and, like, you kind of go more slow, but I think that would be a little bit better than the Lucio. Like, you can dive on things a little better, but, like, in this comp, the only thing you can really get to is the Ana, and the Ana's probably going to be out in no man's land anyway. So I think going to, like, the switching to the Mercy and the Ash would probably, like, slow things down a little bit for you guys, and then you're just, like, focused on just, like, pumping out damage and, like, kind of, like, making space and letting her do damage. So, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Switch the Monkey and that. Heck, if you want, you can argue Ball, too. It's not that bad against that comp. You just look to dive in or something. But, I mean, I understand why Doom stays. I think Doom just having ult's usually pretty decent to stay as, just because, like, you can just all in somebody and then just
Yeah.
bail. So...
Yeah, I think like realistically, once we didn't kill this Ana, we knew we should have swapped, and we were talking about it, but we just kind of
Yeah.
took a fight while we were discussing it.
Yeah. It takes time to learn that stuff, too, because you're kind of, like, discussing, and it's like, I don't know. But that time, there's stuff like, yeah. Because, like,
there's,
realistically, trying to shatter, like, Grav is pretty hard into this.
like
Mhm.
at this point in time, we were talking about swapping, and then Orthus was like, "All right, let's go coast with this," and that's definitely like a better call than what we were doing. So we tried that, and when that didn't work, like 100% should have swapped. But it's basically like that here.
Yeah. I mean, going coast isn't too bad, but you just have to be really, really careful with
Yeah.
going coast, because, like, one boop from the Pharah, like, the Diva can even do it somewhat. If Monkey has Primal, you guys just say it, sayonara, suckers. Like, the barrage that happened, like, you guys don't have Diva. Like, you could probably argue, like, Ryan, staying for Ryan and, like, switching to Diva. It's not a bad choice, I would say. Just gives you the extra protection. Like, oh, man, they have a Fire Barrage. Well, Ryan Shield blocks some of it, but Diva Matrix just destroys Barrage, eats it all up. So I think if you want to do that, Tayton, like, if you notice that again in that circumstance, if you guys want to stay for that, I think that's okay. I think that's definitely a good choice, because then it builds up to being like, okay, if he dies and he shatters and he gets like a bunch, or like he just dies, whatever, and shatters, boom, you switch the Monkey, good to go.
Right.
So
I think like some of it's also like if I'm close to Grav, it's hard to rationalize swapping too.
yeah, it definitely is, because you can get Grav is definitely one of those ults that you can get value out of.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little bit better than Shatter, obviously, but go on.
Like in that map in downtown, like it was like every push I was getting 30%. So like realistically, like I wasn't gonna get it. But there's also times where you can just get it once every fight. So it's like it just depends.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I think into their
it
comp,
does.
it didn't make sense to stay the Zarya.
Yeah. I think switching obviously is the better choice. Just like usually when you want to like switch the things, it's like just kind of think about your comp, or like maybe it's something they have. Like think about all the times people like in Overwatch League like switch to Diva to like, try to eat an ult, right? Because it's that strong of a pick sometimes, and sometimes it works out. You just eat that male, eat that grab. Well, they lost the fight.
Right.
Simple things like that. So.
And a lot of it's like when we're playing Brawl into a spam comp, it's not really the call. Like you should be on dive for that. And like when we have a McCree, we're not really even a Brawl comp anymore. Like, yeah, we have the Doom, but
yeah, you're not really going for that Brawl. Like you can also, I mean, you can do kind of Brawl with like Ryan Diva. Like I feel like that's not too bad against the spammy comps. It definitely helps out. Yeah. Just because, like, it's like the thing I explained before, right? You have the Rhine shield, it blocks the damage, you move up, speed up. As soon as you get there, the Rhine gets in position, you just let him, you just de-matrix him, and he makes tons of space and damage. So, I mean, obviously against Pharah, it's going to be a little bit different because that's hard. It's kind of more the Diva's job to deal with that. The Rhine just kind of focuses on the ground. I mean, I like to throw fire strikes once in a while just to kind of pester them, but...
True.
All right, so before we start this last map here, I need to use the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Shit.
I'm gonna go put my dish in the sink. I'll be right back too.
What the fuck? Don't do that. Come back to me.
I'm back.
Okay, I'm back too.
Are you taking notes on this stuff?
Yes, and I'm also recording.
Nice.
So, fuck.
Why did we get added in general chat?
Did we get added in general chat?
Yeah,
For what?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Man, I don't know, man. She. Just need to find my vision insurance card. I love getting vision benefits, but not getting the card for said benefits. I'm very confused. Oh, I'm a new user. Register now. Fuck! I don't have my. Oh. Or. Okay.
Yeah, I have all of one note from this, to be honest.
What's your note?
Maybe Sig Hog on Busan Sanctum. Big note.
Big.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, you guys are a new team. I mean, you guys can experiment and try it out. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're still. We still don't even have a full roster.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
still trialing DPS.
it's Sag.
Yeah, it can definitely be a problem. Like, I remember my early days of teams, and it was just like, usually tanks wasn't too bad, but like DPS, I would say, and like supports, because like a big thing for most games, like sometimes like losing and stuff, it's just like your DPS needs to hit stuff or like knows how to play. And that was like a big thing. I remember, was just like, oh, this guy isn't really doing it, dude. So it can definitely be hard. So I understand, but anyway, let us push forward to the next map here. So, you guys just gonna do dive on this map? I take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is gonna be an interesting one. This is a classic one. We were talking about this one and how we wanted to do it as a team forever ago, and be like, they want to do this, that. Like talks about like, do I just jump in first? Automatically start making space as Winston. Because usually you do that. I mean, use your jump cooldown, but like you're the first one there, right? And it's not bad. But like your DB has to follow up, and like everybody, like I remember we come to the conclusion like you have to make sure like everybody understands like we got to push up, because if they're playing around like the little pillar and stuff like that, it's hard to get LOS of that. So let's see. I'm gonna TP over. Gonna pick the Reaper character. Were they doing the Pharah again?
It's the Reaper guy.
Yeah.
And
Sorry,
I'm very indecisive here. I didn't know where to go.
No, it's a tricky spot. And you bubbled already, which is kind of hurting you a bit. Ooh, I think jumping towards that guy, not a good option. There's you, Moira. You have like no HP really.
Yeah,
if you guys saved bubble just a little bit sooner, I've been really good.
Yeah, so our supports both died while we were pushed up. So there's a tracer in our back line, and then there's also the Pharah just raining.
Right.
So I probably, like, in retrospect, maybe I go to point and I start pressuring down the tracer. So
you
that
can
I'm not
definitely do
just
that.
standing and doing nothing.
We were talking about here how I should have been peeling. Like, I think it's okay for him to jump on that and like take space there.
Yeah.
But I needed to be peeling the Tracer off of the supports because literally she just kills both
They use
supports and we lose.
Yeah. I know you support players are. I don't know. Hold on. Like your Moira Orb was kind of bad. Like it didn't really get
Yeah.
much healing
Yeah.
value.
Yeah.
Like
We
that
noticed
was
that.
none. Yeah.
And like
Like that was bad.
The fade was kind of bad because it
Yeah.
faded away from the tanks, away from the Lucio. Like
Yeah. You guys did, I think, a decent job of just like making space for each other. Like you don't even really deal with the Pharah, so you just kind of focus the ground war, right? That's what you should just be doing. Like the Reaper should have gone in a bit sooner. You could also argue the fact maybe that you could probably you could have like D.Va in your main core of people. If I refer to say core, usually it's like your DPS and or like supports are usually like what make up the kind of like core of things sometimes. But you can also have people like split away. You could also have like maybe like Winston Reaper kind of come over here. That's definitely an option. You can I mean, you do have to be careful of the Tracer, I know. Or like people coming around this back way. I think the Tracer started over here. Oh, fuck. Back a little bit more.
Yeah, our initial call was just go over bridge and then take space on bridge.
Yeah, so the Tracer's like blinks all the way over here and just like starts, kind of just being a nuisance. And the Reaper comes in, shoots the Tracer, gets him out, and then starts pushing up. You guys almost get that guy. You jump over. I think it's not a bad jump to make space. It just sucks that your DPS your supports just die.
Yeah, he was mid-hack too, so the monkey probably shouldn't have been able to make it out.
Yeah. And you guys just kind of die just because the supports are the lifeblood of the team. If they're dead, then that makes it very, very hard to win.
Right.
And is this where we call for the Ashe swap?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you're getting rid of Lucio, which I think is a fair pick. I don't mind Lucio. Like, I mean, it gets you guys to the point a little sooner than they did. And allows you to like kind of like push up and get space. But other than that, it's kind of like, it's okay. Yeah, there you go. Good jump. Your team pushes up with you. Mercy's one. Nice. Good focus on her. Not bad. Nice. Good job helping your monkey out on there, Tatum. Nice. That was good. That was good. Your Ashe popped that off. You guys made sure you guys contested the res. Didn't let it happen. You guys just help each other out. And then they switched to Reaper, which is good. / bad. Depending on your point of view. DPS are like, monkey are like, please.
Please, God, no, please.
So yeah, for this, so now pretty much they swap to Lucio because they want to engage on you guys and go really fast. But you guys are like, whatever, we'll just play the kind of like the spam a little bit, You have your your Ashe Mercy. You kind of just sit back and kind of chill. You maybe make some space here and there, but your Ashe Mercy should be kind of like pulling the weight of this. Because you got EMP coming up, hack. Kind of a little bit of a brain fire there. That was interesting. Nice. Ooh, maybe get Lucy off? I think you do. Nice. It was a little slow to react there, if I'm being real.
Yeah.
Can you kind of like debate it? You're like,
I was like,
see like the loading screen kind of happen?
The buffering icon.
Like, you can the modem sound like it. I was trying to figure out when I should primal so that they couldn't, so that I could like just boop all of them off. I was going for play of the game.
Okay, going for play of the game. I was gonna say there's a couple ways to do that. There's like primal EMP. I mean, you could just, to be honest, I think starting with primal and just like if they come across bridge, primal and just like start beating them up. I think that's pretty decent.
Should we focus on counter dive on the monkey?
That's fine.
The monkey can take it because
you're just getting reapered. Oh, big bomb maybe? No, it's close.
No, they were too smart.
Yeah, they got around the cover. Oh, Winston res. Winston is alive.
Winston
is dead.
Winston is very much no longer alive.
Alright, so they're swapping back. That's a good idea. I think the alt usage was kind of meh.
Yeah.
Because like the Bob, it kind of came really late. I'm not sure. And I know the bomb kind of happened.
I kind of missed the placement of it too. I wanted it more towards point and on the corner.
Okay, yeah. It'd be hard to get that down. I think that's like one of the trickiest things, but it's like really rewarding is like good D.Va bombs and knowing the know-how. Like I always thought that like if to be a really good D.Va is like knowing bomb locations really well too. Like you'll see in Overwatch League, like I would say, in my opinion, I think some people have some decent D.Va bombs, but not as good as I would like to see them personally, but
I have a Google Doc of space diva bombs for his like set bombs, and I used to practice them a lot, but like diva wasn't meta for a while, and I'm super rusty on them. Like
right.
so,
Time to whip it up, maybe, huh?
yeah,
I know there's a workshop mode too that you can practice with it.
yeah, yeah. I made
So that might
made my
be
own.
yeah. So you might have to take a peek at that. I mean, it's not like a crucial thing. It's just like a nice added bonus, I would say.
Yeah, I
It's just
feel
like
like
being
diva
good
bombs
with
in
diva
a
bombs.
really weird spot this meta, cause like who on their team comp dies, you know?
Yeah, no, let's trust me. That's definitely a problem. Like
A lot of people
there's
like
those problems that happen like that. Like what was it? There was that kind of like rush comps I think before of like it was the same problem like Ryan has like who the fuck do you shatter? Like
right.
Diva just flies up, Reaper fades, Moira fades, Lucio's on the wall, Sombra just jumps away,
Right.
Wonky jumps away. Like it's hard, and that's
Yeah.
why I think calling a lot of the time for abilities and stuff is like a key thing to help out in those scenarios.
Someone was
shit.
saying, one of the streamers was saying like diva bomb is just used as a second life, and I don't know. It feels like I should be able to get more value than that, but you know,
Yeah,
that's
I to
kind
be
of what
honest,
it's been like. 'Cause, like
yeah,
we've gone for
it's
like
really hard.
EMP bombs, and they're not good.
No,
So
they're extremely hard to set up. I think in an area like this, I think it's easy because, like, let's say they're coming across the bridge, you EMP, you bomb, they're
right.
dead. And depending on where you bomb it, like, it should like hit hopefully around like over by this kind of,
Yeah.
and just kind of explode and kill everybody. But other than that, it's like what the fuck? Like, if they're all on point, right? And like, let's say you go for an EMP bomb, they just walk through the side, and
Yeah,
that's
they're
when like
so
having a
much
Lucio
better.
or something to like shove them in the right direction can be really handy, or a ball. So
Right.
that takes a lot of coordination or just like random luck or happenstance. Let's see what's happening here. Getting close to all. A little scary with that jump, but everybody's coming in. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know about that one. You already lost 2 teammates pretty much by the time you primaled, and he's like Reaper ulting. I think I would have saved it.
Yeah, and then I decided just to keep pushing on him.
Yeah. It's usually
I-
a bad idea just because
Yeah.
Reaper's fucking OP.
Right.
It's the most annoying thing, dude. When they gave him that lifesteal, like, it's good. I think he needs it, but like, goddamn, dude, like, you just can't play a tank near that guy.
Yeah.
No.
All right, pushing up. Don't mind this. A little bit of fight happening in the back here. A little split, I would say. I think if you guys would have waited to get to point and like look for your own notes, yeah, you guys lose this. Like, yeah, this is kind of slow. This is really slow. But let's see what happens here. So you guys still have a bit of time. The more it fades over here, I heard that. Your Sombra is over there, like pretty fucking low HP. Your Reaper just kind of jumps on the point. Like, you guys still have plenty of time here. Let's see the rollout here for this shit. So we're at 87%. They have 3 ults, you have 2. You kind of wasted your primal, which is sad.
Yeah.
Your Reaper Wraith really early. But look how cut off you guys are from each other. From like
Yeah.
the rest of your core of your team. Like, you don't want that to happen. If you get a pick or something, or if like you're a primal, I think that's okay. But in this part, like, no, you should have just come around this way. I know the Reaper's over here and he's a big scary dude. Well, I mean, like, touching if you need a touch point, that's reasonable. But I mean, you can just boop, or like Tayton can get it. Tayton can get it way easier than you can because he has a little bit of a lower cooldown and he can just fly wherever. Well, your jump is like, you have a set trajectory. Well, fly can just be like so.
Right.
So yeah, so getting cut off over here is just really bad because like what happens? Like your Reaper dies and then you're kind of set away. Apparently Moira dies, you're like no HP. You don't even have ult soon. Everybody gets EMP'd and then you all just die. So I think in that one, it's just like even though it's getting close to overtime, so just take a breath. Like just who's gonna touch point is usually big. Is like, making sure. I will say like in terms of for Tayton, like flying across here can be scary, especially with Sombra Lucio, because if you fly and you just get hacked and sploosh, and then that's that. So you have to be a little wary of it, and that's why I would be like, playing Winston, like jumping in, like maybe hitting the window or something, and then coming back is okay, or like putting a bubble there and letting your team come across, or jumping over and then coming in is probably the best bet. You just have to be aware of ults, and that's the big thing, and like what we have, and like I don't know what your Sombra was. Like the Sombra should be kind of starting this fight off for you, is what should be happening.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, she was super low.
Yeah.
Start of this.
Oh, Lucio's hiding over there.
Oh my god.
What? Wait, why didn't he help kill the real? Okay.
Then I think our Sombra gets EMP.
Is he waiting for B or? I mean, I guess so. I mean, the guy was. That Lucio literally sat in that corner for a solid like 20 seconds. So like, if I'm playing Sombra, like you have to think about, or normally when you want to go for EMPs, like, most times good Lucios are gonna hide for B, right? They're gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna like show up. I'm gonna chill and just like wait for the team to get like EMP, then I come back with B. Usually two things you should be thinking as a team. One, who to focus down when you EMP, because if you focus down the right target, even with B, you can still burn a target.
Right.
Relatively, depending on who it is. And if, let's say you have like Den Discord or like it's a squishy, a little bit easier to do than like, let's say a Reinhardt. Like, he's pretty fucking hard to kill, like, especially in 5 seconds with beat.
Yeah.
You can also just like kind of like warn the Sombra, but like, hey man, like the Lucio might be hiding for B, just be aware of that. Because if he were like PT on the right side, he could have saw that and just like hacked him and then blasted him or something. Yeah. And then no, I think that's fine. I guess. Do you want me to do any more, or is that everybody? Oh, or
I mean, that's probably good.
That's the majority of it. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of running themes throughout it that like we've kind of picked up on, or at least I've picked up on.
Red Claw is a feeder.
not just a little bit. No, you gotta remember too. Like I remember, like it's not just on like sometimes you're feeding. Like yeah, true. You have a couple moments you like fuck up on a jump, or you just push the wrong thing, or bubble a little early, and it's bad. But it's also like too like sometimes like Tayton fails to DM you, or like your healers are just really bad and they don't heal you and stuff like that. So it's like the small things. Just you gotta remember that.
Yeah,
I
it's the
think,
little
like, our
thing.
big issue is that we need to call locations or like targets, and I have to start first. Like I can't follow him. Like he's like a Winston jump is faster than a Diva fly
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like travel time. So like
It's usually good for like the Winston to like it's the main tank. Like main tanks usually are decent shot callers, I'd say, on a lot of teams.
yeah,
Other good shot callers are like your Lucios. Do you guys have any shot callers? Anybody that calls?
it's really us
Me.
two.
Just you two? That's not that bad. I mean, there's teams that have like different players that do for everybody. But I would say like generally what people do is like your like Lucio what was that? I think main support, yeah. So main support usually does a decent amount of shot calling because it's a little bit more relaxed, but they still need to be engaged. And then main tank does a decent amount, and then it kind of varies between teams, I would say. This isn't just like set in stone. So I mean, if you guys are doing fine with that, then that's great.
Yeah.
It definitely helps out and make sure like everybody usually what I recall is like having a team member like, hey, I have this ult, what do you want to do with it?
Right.
Is a big thing. Like, you have blade, what do you want us to help you with? Like, they have this or that, this and this ult. If you blade this, you probably pop trance maybe this, or maybe we can look to like bubble somebody and do this. It's small stuff like that I think can also help out too, because it sounds like you guys might need a little help with shot calling and talking.
Yeah. I've been trying to get like help with comms, but my OBS settings are not being friendly to me. For, like,
Oh no.
YouTube
Yeah, no,
videos.
Tayton's comms, it struggles because his mic is really quiet whenever he records. I can actually record our scrims going forward since I also have OBS, and my volume is usually really good.
So why is OBS doing that to you? Is just like someone with your microphone is like silencing it a bit or something?
I don't know. Like in Discord, people say I'm quiet, but they can just turn me up, right? So like it's not an issue for them. But when I get like the OBS things, I can barely hear my own voice.
Maybe something with what would that be? Maybe something with the recording, I would think, right? Like the sound for the recording coming in, or maybe
I've been
the system sound.
So many settings that I like. Basically, where I'm at now is that like my headset has like a what is it called? Like a gauge on it for volume. I have like literally everything on my desktop turned up to max, and then my headset like turned down so that I'm not screaming into my own thing. But literally all my gain is maxed out, and like everything like that is just absolutely as loud as I can possibly get it. And it's still super quiet, so I don't know. But
yeah, that's definitely weird.
Yeah, for like our comms, it's like we're trying to get clones to call like our not our rotations, but like our
And keep in mind, these are all suggestions made by Orthus. So, like, if you think that there's a better idea, that
Mhm.
might work more
Yeah,
and might
definitely.
reduce the CPU load on my brain.
Yeah.
So like he's calling like on Hollywood like when we want a dive cafe he's saying like let's go cafe, and then he'll
Right.
say like
So I'm calling rotations, I'm calling the engagements and the disengagements, and I'm calling whatever else.
target priority, and
Yeah.
then I'm calling like our fight plan, like our ult combo fight plan, and our Lucio player calls like rotations basically.
Okay.
And our Lucio player is supposed to call end of fights.
Yeah.
Like what you guys have for ults with the U stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Are
that's
they doing
supposed to
it,
be on our
or?
main support.
I have.
Well, I mean,
It's
we have to
it's
practice that.
it's new to her, and like I'm pretty
Okay.
good with all tracking, so like I'm taking it on because it doesn't take that much time to.
To be honest, I think in terms of ult tracking, anybody can do that. I think ult tracking is just a YOLO thing. Like I do it all the time. Like it's really easy. Once you get to a higher level, it's just like, oh, they have this, this, and this, and this.
It's literally
And then
like,
it comes down to just planning at that point.
for me, it's super simple because like I'll press tab and then I'll be like, all right, we have EMP and Shatter. Let's just use EMP Shatter. And I already have tab open, so I'm like, okay, I'll just run down the list. They don't have Primal. Like they have this. They don't have that. They're probably close to this. So it's like I already have tab open, So it just makes sense.
Right.
Really
okay.
quick, what are your Winston settings? Do you run the same sensitivity for Winston that you do for Ryan?
Pretty sure I did, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see.
Because I watching you do this, it makes me think.
8.5 I use for Winston, which is kind of weird, but it works out really well, and I like it. So I'm not too sad about that. Did I actually use the same for Ryan, or is it 10 still? No, it's still 10.
Yeah,
According
I
to
mean,
me.
I figured you need a little bit better tracking for Winston.
Yeah, and plus like primal and stuff. Like I mean, it can still be pretty high just because you can do whatever you want.
Mhm.
But yeah, by the way, just so you know, like just doing this, just jumping on the map, and I, in my opinion, is just keeping the 6-second cooldown. I think is good because it builds a good habit of like knowing when you can go in and out. If you want to practice it, because it's like, oh hey, I have the 6-second jump. Like, oh hey, I went this way. Like, what happens in this time period? Like, am I dead? What can I do? Like stuff like that.
Right, because I can just go to maps.
It maps it better in your brain, right? Because you're never gonna play with like unlimited jumps on a game.
Yeah.
It's like always 6 seconds, right?
Imagine not using Hollywood on Halloween.
Fuck that map, dude. So fucking dark.
Oh, the fucking hay bale!
I hate the hay
Yeah, dude,
bale.
fuck the hay bale.
And
Oh yeah, here's a
favorite
spot
bar.
for you if you didn't know. If you didn't know this spot, it's pretty handy.
What?
Ooh.
What? What?
Yeah, you can be on the AC unit, and then you can. Whoop.
Excuse me?
That was what I learned in Nixel. When I was with Nixel, whatever, it was Young taught me that one. I was like, wait, what the heck? Because if you know, in the early games, Mano would just like chill here, and then like they would go for a fight, and it's just like, okay, they have a Winston over here. It's like, it's like jump over, and you're like, whoop, hey, hello. If you can sometimes do it, and you can make the full jump or get really damn close, but just like 5 minutes here, just like going in and out, and just like jumping around, just like getting a feel for it. Also, I'll show you the bubble thing I was talking about. So you put a bubble right here. Kind of overlaps a bit on the higher ground up here. So you can kind of like...
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Small little fun things you can learn. Because, you remember, one of the things that people kind of forget about is, like, shields go over stuff. So theoretically, you can just, like, bubble this and, like, peek out. It's kind of dumb, but it's, like, small stuff like that. And then just, like, exploring around the map, just, kind of just think about, like, what comms teams are playing in your head a little bit. That's what I like to do when I did this. Just kind of like, I'm going to go this way. What do they have maybe? And, you just kind of play it out in your head. Like, do I bubble this? Blah, blah, blah. Or just, just keep practicing your jumps. It's good practice.
Okay, yeah. And I've noticed you don't really jump that high usually, do you?
Not always, no. Like, if you're going for, like, a small, like, little jump on somebody, like, yeah, that's about all you need to do. I was gonna say, your control on some of your jumps is a little bit oofy. Like,
yeah,
I saw you
too
like
high.
jump somebody. I was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "No, you gotta hold the S key down to really get the low, and then make sure you're aiming with your mouse where you want to go, because like, yeah, and you still going to use your mouse controls, obviously, but it's just like good to make sure you get a good habit of going like small jumps, medium jumps, short jumps. Sometimes not jumping like in primal and stuff just to hit somebody, and then jumping.
I think one of my big problems is that I usually like flick up whenever I'm jumping.
Like to do which isn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, to do a small jump like that or like a big jump like that, that's totally fine. A lot of people do that. I do that once in a while. Because like you don't want to be like, okay, I'm gonna go for the jump. All right, everybody ready? Here I come. Woo! I did it.
Yeah, but if I have like really bad hang time up in the air, then
Yeah, that can be really bad. Like if you're just like sitting up there and you're like wee, and you just see a wind. But that's like also too just like peaking sightlines, right? Like so if I'm coming from this way and I know there's a widow like on like bank per se, I don't want to like jump up and wee, right? I mean, the good part about like jumping high is that you have reduced cooldown, right? Because when you jump, it starts at 6 seconds and comes down as you're going. So let's say like I see the wood over there, boom. Keep my face like low over this way, and I'm looking that way. Can't really shoot me. So like there's times though, like you can kind of like jump up, and then like you can like even bait people, right? Like maybe that you might jump up and you'll like be looking down here, and they're like, oh hey, he's gonna like land on me, and then you just land up here or something, and you're like, oh wait, never mind.
right.
So there's times too, like you can kind of like bait jump, right? So you can kind of like look like you're jumping up this way, and then I don't land up there. I land down there. It takes a little bit of movement and getting like learning the control of it. So try. That's like the other thing that helps with this is that you kind of like practice getting your air movement as you're going along.
Right. What it's like jump and hold S. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then jump. Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate
No
that.
problem. Yeah. It's simple. Just like small things that like help out a lot because like sometimes people just push the shift key and they forget that like they need to use the arrow keys to like help out your direction.
How the fuck do you get on those vents? God damn it.
If you want to get on it, keep practicing. Because it took me a little bit to get on it. And then another good one to try out is like doing the window one. So
Did you ever get through the Nepal parkour?
Nepal part. No, I did it like once and I was like, yeah. Those parkour maps are interesting. Yeah, I think it was the soldier one.
Yeah, no, our Nepal Titan.
I didn't know you introduced it to him.
I gave him the replay code for him to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
He played it once, but he never finished it. See, whenever
like,
Titans
started
get really tilted, we go to Nepal because that's the last safe bastion that we have left.
The last safe bastion.
Yeah.
You guys have any more questions or any thoughts or concerns about stuff? Or
I think I'm good. I don't know about Titan.
all right, I know I explained a lot and talked about a lot of things, so it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, I'm still like. See, the weird thing for me, right, is that I don't play main tank, and I certainly don't play it well. And so it's like, how do I augment main tank and like trying to learn like when you're doing things and like you're explaining things to clones, and I'm like, okay, but how do I fit into the equation?
Yeah, I do feel a little bad. Like I feel like I was talking a bit more to clone just because I understand it from that.
Like,
but
it's still useful. Like
yeah.
So it's like see the issue that I'm having is that like he'll go for like long dives and I'm actually useless there. Can't even make it there. Like Winston can jump much further than a diva can, you know. So
right.
If that's the situation, like, and I don't know the plan of where we're going, it's like there's nothing I can do about it. And like that's happened once in comp.
I think that's like a lot of communication. I think goes into that because like if he's like jumping, like let's say from like main or something all the way to like this cafeteria here,
Right, I can't.
Like you need to know about that sooner.
Yeah. Like I have
because like obviously
set up to do that or go through security, something like that. But like,
yep,
yeah,
100%. I think that's just like just like learning the like movement and stuff of people and being like, okay, this is what we want to do. Like, and that just comes with pre-planning a little bit. Just like, okay, look, they have these people on here. I want to get up there. And then like you pretty much just like need to like learn like when the player dives or like somebody jumps to like go in. And then sometimes like you don't have to fully go in. Like you can kind of give them DM and then like drop down and then like look around just to make sure they're not like attacking any like none of your supports are getting jumped on or attacked. So
like you know how you were talking about me going from main and just matrixing onto a cafe while he goes from like the AC area over there. Yeah. It's weird for me. Like if we were to do a synchronous dive and I were to go to cafe, I have to go before him. So like when he does like the
Yeah. Which is why I do need to do the
onto,
countdowns.
like 3, 2, 1, go kind of thing. Like I have to
Yeah.
be going on like 3 or like 2.5
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Well, also too is that you could be calling it, and that's totally fine too. Like you can be like, all right, like you guys should be trading comms back and forth. Like, hey, are you ready? Are you in position? Yeah. Also, just something that I remember, just like when you go for like, let's say if you want to go for that play, just be careful of people behind there because if you get caught, it can hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But because because you're by yourself and you have that mega, but it's only for one person anyway. But yeah, like you can be like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. Like, all right, Tayton, or like, all right, lonely, I'm lonely. I'm ready, clones. I'm ready to go. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And then you just push in.
Right.
Boom. Simple as that.
Okay.
I'd probably say like, like 3, 2, and then like, like 1 or go, like wherever you want to make it, because it varies. Like 3, 2, 1 is the it, or
Yeah.
go. So whatever you want to
Tayton
do.
goes on
up to
one,
you.
everybody else goes on the go.
Yeah, you could do that. Or if you want to do 3, 2, 1, and just like he goes on the 2, you go on the 1. Hey man, mix it up. It's your fucking world. And then boom, there you go. Because it's good because you do kind of want him for like that particular spot. You kind of want him to like go first to like draw attention. So
Because I think,
Right.
like you could tell like, especially on Li Jiang when we were going on that Ana, like if we were dive there, you can see how desynced he is on Ryan. Like he's like his target priority is better than mine. So like I trust his dive calls, right? And I want to go with him. But
Right.
I'm behind him. So it's like, yeah. It's one of the things you need to work on. So like when you're giving advice to him about these things, I'm trying to think about all the things I need to think about. But yeah.
Tayton is the true brains behind this operation.
yeah.
I am but a mongoloid that swings a hammer and zaps with a
Alright.
Tesla cannon.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. There's a lot more than just like, oh hey, I go in, me shoot, gun, that's it. It's like, oh hey, you gotta use your brain a bit. You gotta be like, oh hey, this cooldown, that cooldown. What do they got for comp? What's this comp? Can we counter comp this a bit?
We had our
So.
absolute minds just absolutely blown when Orthus started prepping like a
Oh, especially
defense
for
on
Hollywood
Mono.
defense.
Oh my
He's
god, he
just
was like coming up with plans, like set positions, and we were just like, what?
He's like, well, if you're playing Ryan Zarya, it's not very strong, but what you can do is you can just play under the covers. I was like, I've never thought of this before. What do you
Yeah,
mean under the covers?
when what was it? When Wizard Young taught me like I was like trying to figure out because like I was kind of slacking on my Winston, and it was like, all right, he's like, what's the difference between like what's Ryan do? And he's like, oh, I'm like, all right, he protects his team, he blocks for them, and he makes space. He's like, all right, what does Winston do? And I'm like, well, kind of the same thing, he kind of like jumps in, he makes space, and he blocks damage. And he's like, all right, but like, what if what if Winston just doesn't take damage, right? What if you kind of play it? He said something, and I'm just like, my third eye open. I was like, I was like, whoa! I was like, next dimension, like ready for
Yeah.
owl. I was like, holy shit, here we go. Like I'm good, and it was crazy. Just like his terminology and things like changed my mind around on this, and I was like, Winston's not supposed to take damage. Winston's supposed to hide, or wait, Winston's supposed to, not supposed to just like just jump in and just like, fucking die.
Yeah, the Jonas Winston.
Winston. Oh, dude, that was the truth, dude. Holy shit. I never understood that. Like, his Rhino, like, I remember, like, facing them, and, like, I always thought both of them were pretty equally as good. Like, even though people shit on Jonas, there's a couple times he shit on me a couple times. I was like, fuck, dude. Like, damn, I don't get it. Like, he was good, but he wasn't sometimes. And I was like, I don't even know.
Well, no, yeah, he would just play a different style of Rhine. Like, Mono was just all around good, but Jonas is the fucking wild card. He's the Joker that you pull out of your pocket.
Yeah, if that Joker's good or bad, no, that's the...
Yeah, all of a sudden, like, he's jumping underneath, what's the map?
Titanfall?
No, oh, fuck. Ryan map, Kings Row.
Kings Row.
All of a sudden, it's third point, Kings Row. He goes from underneath the map into your backline as Monkey. Like, he's just fucking on you, and nobody knows what to do. Like,
Yeah, I think Wizard Young helped him with that a lot, too, and it was just like, he was really good at doing that, like, Winston stuff. It was just, like, crazy, and I was like, what the frig, dude?
And I
Also, another
played
note.
with Curry Shots one time, and he gave me some tips on Winston.
Oh, yeah?
But even then,
I
R.I.P.
mean, Kershaw's
Curry.
not a bad guy. I like Curry. Curry was actually supposed to after BlizzCon. He was supposed to help me like get better at my Winston because they didn't pick me up, or they didn't want. Or I tried out and like I was okay, but he was like, "Oh, your Winston's a problem." I was like, "Well, no shit." I was like, "I haven't played Winston in like fucking like 6 months, dude." Because it's like Ryan. I was
It's
like Ghost. Yeah, and then it was like Sigma came out, so it was like double shield for like ever, and I was like, well, yeah, my Winston suffered. Like, it was actually not that bad in XL2 and shit, and I was like, it just got bad because I haven't played it, dude. It's not that hard to work it back up. Like, geez.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about fucking Justice. Like, we had faced their when they had just made that team, and like we scrimmed them, and then we never scrimmed them again because we kind of like wrecked them, and then it was just like, okay, goodbye.
Wait, Justice?
Apparently they scrimmed like watching Justice like back in the day when they first made the team, and like I'll be real, like main tanks got cucked because they picked up Jonas automatically because of Wizard Young,
Right.
and they tried out other main tanks, but like nobody else got picked up. Everybody thought there was gonna be another one get picked up. They didn't pick up anybody. So
They
I was
didn't
like,
pick up
"Great,
any
thank
other
you."
main tanks?
No, they only had him, and I was like, thank you for wasting my time. So that was cool, and fuck.
That's when you were still in XL2, right? Or...
Yeah, that was when I was still in XL2 and I tried out for them. But yeah, like I remember facing their team like in a scrim block, and we just kind of like wrecked them. And I was like, I mean, it was a new team, kind of, you know, but it was still like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah,
I just remember I was like
laughing.
laughing.
Level.
Yeah, and then it was a funny joke because it was like they ended up scrimming, I think, like some contenders or open team. Oh no, they scrimmed like some open teams or something. I think it was really fucking weird, or tier 3 teams. It was dumb. That's how bad they were, and they lost a lot of scrims apparently.
I mean, yeah, that's Old Justice was bad.
Yeah.
Old Justice was so bad. And then it was so funny because then they were popping off during what was it?